Yo, Hobo, what's going on, my man? Cheers, Hobo. Oh, we're back in the circles, man. How do I get us out of the circles? Oh, shit, it changed the color. Oh, shit. I'll stick with that. That's cool. All right, here we go, man. Yo, cheers. What's up, Benny? What's up, Hobo? Look who's in the house already. Jack shit. Hobo Hideaway. How you doing, Hobo? Cheers,
Can you
Benny.
hear me
Benny,
or
I
what?
got some videotapes to send you this week, brother.
Can you hear
Nice
me?
shirt. I can hear you. Nice shirt.
Thanks. How you doing?
Heck yeah. I'm doing real well. Let me go ahead, keep talking because I'm going to go ahead and look at your mic settings real quick, okay?
Yeah, because it's doing some weird stuff.
It will. It will. Keep talking talk about whether you like white sauce or red sauce on your pasta and I'm going to work on it.
I like both the white sauce and the red sauce. The Alfredo is easier on my stomach than the red sauce. The tomato base has too much acidity in it. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
love tomato base. I love making my own sauce from tomatoes that I grew my own self. And I like to do everything with vegetables that I grow my own self. But
Yes, sir.
that's just not always feasible, if you know what I mean. And
Right,
every
because
year
you're
I
you're
don't
not
get a garden.
growing Alfredo bushes out there. What's up, Hershey? What's up, Benny? You sound great. I
Well,
went in the background. I took the auto adjust off, and I just made you a good, nice, non-bouncy level. You sound great.
okay, 5 by 5.
We got Hershey in the house and Benny.
I can't see the chat at all.
I'll read it
So
to you. I'll read it to you. They said hi. They
how,
said cheers, hobo brother. Hi, that was Benny. Hershey said hi, Joe and Jack. Everyone in the chat. Blessings and positive vibes to you all. Heartburn isn't fun. Heck yeah. Chiefin Sessions is in the house. What's going on, brother Chiefin? How you doing, man? We're CS here now, and we're CS here forever. You know. How you doing, my brother? He's so nice, Jack. You need to catch up with him.
who's that?
He's a good man.
I didn't
Chief in
hear you.
session down there in the chat. I mean, I'll hook you up. I'll hook you up. He's
Yeah,
tired. Oh man, I was tired yesterday, man.
I subscribe to everybody that I see in the chat. Every time I see someone new, I subscribe to their channel. I
Yes,
just
sir.
feel like
Yes, sir.
that's just the best way to do it. Give everybody a chance, see what's going on. A lot of
Yes,
them
sir.
don't have any content. There's a lot of people that I'm subscribed to with no content, and that bums
What's
me
up,
out because I
Trumbo?
think everybody should put some content out there.
Well, I
Spread
can
it.
understand if they don't want to. You know what I mean? Like they
I
don't
can
want to be a
understand
performer
that
like
too.
that. Yeah. So there's over 750 CS members, as Chief in Sessions is thrown out there. And yes, I am branded CS. That's why I put mob in the front because they made me official mob at Gutmox, a long time ago at Gutrot. So I had to put that up too. I mean, I don't want as many certs as a NASCAR driver, but I could end up with them. Good people like you, Chiefin. That's what might happen. So Tooth and I, Jack, are both CS now. We're both CS. We joined in.
Okay, I don't know what any of that is.
Well, that's Chief in Sessions right here. It's just family member getting close to 13,000 members, 740 plus on the CS. And no, we're just joining in because, they're all good people and they do good things and it's a whole network of, just support. Now, Dreamtooth just went live, but yeah, Dreamtooth is CS. He just went live, man.
Right on.
He said you got to come to live to find out. That's right, man. That's right. That's true. Um, Yeah, and he can't sub up right now because he's in StreamYard, but I'll send him your link, Chief. And how's that? How's that? Let me see. Maybe I can grab that now. Or please drop it in the chat, man. Drop it in the chat. Drop the link in the chat, man. From knowing to growing to showing and respect of each other, and absolutely. 8 p.m. Eastern time is about 3.5 hours at Chiefin Session. There you go. At Chiefin_session. I'll send it to you, Hobo.
Okay.
Check him out in about three plus hours here.
Yeah.
What have
Well,
you been up to, my brother?
did you ask me something?
Yes, sir. I hope you've
I'm,
been reading
I'm
those books. That's what I'm asking.
Oh, I went through the 1777 already. I haven't picked the other one up yet. I got it on the top of the stack though, so that's the next one I plan to look at.
Yes, sir.
I don't got a lot of time in my life to do reading. I'm busy doing physical crap. But when I do get a chance to read, that's what I do. I'll read that one next.
Cool.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
My
Yeah.
dad got to a
He's an
point in his
OTO
life
lodge
where all he
leader.
did was read, but I'm not at that point yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Hercules. Thank you very much.
Weeds keep growing, and I got to keep pulling them. And my raspberries are going off. I've been pulling at least 10 to 12 ounces of raspberries a day off the bushes, and that's not even getting to them all. And I'm talking about spreading them out. So I might have to learn how to do some canning and preserving and figure out a jelly recipe or something. Maybe I'll
Oh
make
yeah.
some raspberry whiskey or something.
Well, I mean, on YouTube for your raspberry jam, no issue there. Yo, Chief in Sessions, man, he's gonna, he'll have to check out your live and catch up, bro. I mean, you got to represent, so, and I know you will. Chiefin is in Virginia here, as is Tom. They're really cool people, man. So yeah, I mean, you could definitely get a good tutorial on preserves on YouTube, right?
Yeah, I'm sure I can learn all that stuff on YouTube. Right now, all I just really need to know starting point, like tools. What kind of tools do I need? What kind of pots do I need? What do I need for the hot bath? Things of that nature. I know the basics. Mom used to do canning when I was growing up, but and as far as a recipe for a jelly goes, there's basic ones you can get anywhere, but to make it your own, that's experimentation and cooking.
Oh yeah.
You know?
I'll tell you what. I'll give you a little bit of a tilt, right? Because I like spicy stuff. You might want to throw some spicy implements like bergamot and aromatics and stuff like that in your jam that other people don't have. Yo, Chiefin
Yeah,
Sessions, just for that with the Get Money sessions, I'm gonna get this gravity bong going.
yeah. I like to experiment, so I'll play around. That's for sure. But and then any ideas that I get, I'll play with them and see if what works for me. And eventually, I'll find something that I like, and that's what I'll settle into, just like everything else. But
Yes, sir, man. You trust yourself. I know. You're the real introvert. It doesn't mean that you don't want to socialize, but you do value the inner map more than the outer map. That's what a
so
true introvert is.
I was just watching a video that I just shut off when I got on here. It was talking about INFJ. It's a
Oh,
personality type. What the
yeah.
hell
I'm
is
like an AJ. I'm
INFJ?
like an AJFU. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
What does it stand
The
for?
four. Um, so you got introverts, extroverts, that's the first number. You got narcissists, that's the N that you're talking about. There's 4 letters. It's a personality test. It tells you how you come. So they call me a type A personality sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, and that's what they're saying in shorthand. It's not informed, so you got to get the full spectrum test. But it's a 4-level test. And it's
Right.
basic, it's like late 70s tech. I mean, it's old tech. What's up, Tasha?
Hello.
Hi,
Hello, nice to
Tasha.
see you.
Now you can't see me. I'm in bed.
No, we
It's
can't.
my
We can't.
bedtime.
I'm gonna say it in Afrikaans. We can't see you. We can't. But no, it's okay.
Ja, nou
No,
Yeah,
sê
it's okay,
ek
man.
nou sê ek kan jou nie sien nie.
Isn't it Monday?
Ek
All of a sudden, I thought it was Tuesday.
ja, it's Tuesday. You know me. It's Tuesday. We miss our Afrikaans lesson again.
We did, we did. Yo, off grid's in the house. What's going on, off grid? Cheers. Oh, I'm gonna put the join in link again. I don't know if I can handle like 5 people, but there you go. So, Jack, happy Father's
right.
Day. I'm sorry I'm late on that.
Happy late Father's Day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Happy
Are
Father's
we
Day,
allowed
Jack.
to talk about politics on this channel?
I
No,
mean, kind of.
I
no.
Let's
just
go.
want to
Whatever.
ask Miss Tasha a question.
Oh yeah, of
Yes, you
course.
can
South
also.
African politics on the table.
I just want to know if what they're saying on TV about what's going on down there where y'all are is true.
Elaborate though. Be clearer on that.
Well, like it's they're hunting down the Anglo-Saxon farmers and get unsubscribing them from the game of life.
Hmm.
Okay, my personal opinion. Okay, okay. Just my opinion. It's not a South African opinion, but for me, that's in South Africa. Some part is true and some part is not true.
Okay.
So it's equal. So I'm afraid of saying the truth and I'm afraid of not saying the truth. So to be honest, I'm gonna be a hypocrite and not gonna answer your question because people here
That's
can watch
fair.
what I'm saying to you and
It's
put my
not
life in danger.
hypocritical. It's not
Yeah,
hypocritical.
that's
There's
fair.
no answer that one person can represent the country, Tasha. It's fine. And
No,
Tasha,
that's
you're
fair.
from
The
a
thing is,
mining background. You're from
no,
the prosperous
the-
side.
okay, to be honest, for where I'm staying, we do have it. For where I'm staying, we do have it because I'm surrounded with farms and things like that. So
Yeah.
I am aware of it and things like that, and I got personal experience as well with it. So that's why I said my part, it's true,
It's
but
true.
in the government eyes, I'm gonna say it's 50-50.
Right.
So yeah, she's
If
saying
you
it's
understand what I'm
true to the
saying.
freedom that she has.
Yeah, I just saw it and I was thinking about Tasha and I just was worried and that's all. Nothing, no big deal. I just was worried. I worry for people I don't even never met or nothing, but I met you here and so I worry for you.
I do too. I care
That's
forever.
all.
The,
What's up,
the,
Texas
the,
Jackass? Texas Jackass is having a good time over there. Being a square fucking pumpkin.
the
What's
thing
up?
is, the, the thing, Jack, the thing is what the problem is now. It's like it's easy for the people to see what's in the media and things like that. But if you haven't experienced yourself, you can't express it actually because, like I saying, it's sometimes it's easy for me to say, yeah, it's true, wada, but it's also life threatening because you never know when it's going to hit yourself, hit your place.
Right.
So
Right.
that's what
Yeah,
I'm
So
no.
saying.
there's a
I
certain
rather
humble that you have to walk around with. You're not being overly critical because you have to fall into rank. It's normal. We all do it. We all make exchanges. We make exchanges to make bloody dollars. We make exchanges for everything. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
please,
yeah, but
don't
listen,
But
overexert
no,
yourself.
you
but
know,
you're
Nobody's
right. I
paying
mean, I'm
you
not
for it.
there living it, so I don't experience and know the full extent of the emotion and the energy of it. But I feel like it will be coming to a neighborhood near me very soon. So maybe someday I will. Not that I'm excited to or anything, but it I foresee it happening.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a
but
classical period of the uglies in the
the
new
thing is,
world,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they're
I
but
in
mean,
like
it
I'm
it's
now.
something
saying,
that's been pushed all everywhere around the world on everybody. So it's going to come to all of us. You know.
It's
yeah,
coming
but the
back
thing
to
is,
us. It's coming back.
my personal opinion is my personal opinion, and like I said again, I can people can maybe see me differently and have a different way, but like Joe knows me, I treat everybody the same, so I don't see. this way or that way. If you treat me with respect, I give you respect back.
Amen
So
to
that's
that.
me.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
me too.
ma'am. Yes,
Amen to
ma'am.
that.
Thank you guys. Yo,
So it's
Benny,
dark here. You can't see me
There,
today.
there's a much
It's
broader world that is far more infinite and important than this physical realm that we live in now. Something like that.
yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm just trying to, as we're here, as temporal as it is, I'm just trying to bring people together and
Yeah.
understand that you can't be on the right side of a culture war. It's just all foolish. It's kind of eternal, but it is. The only strength that we have is to bring all ourselves back together.
What, what,
With
what the
respect.
hell is culture anyway?
Yeah, it's fashion. It's a
It's an
division
idea.
created. It's seasonal. It's fashion. Yeah, it's fashion. It's like the fall. You don't wear the fall stuff in the summer, right? That's what culture is.
Okay.
We all share the same
And
culture in the
fashion
end.
changes
my,
all
my
the time.
you know, my personal opinion, what South Africa's problem is now, and that's the truth, is there's too many people here. We got like 13 official languages, so not everybody understanding each other. It's not like you guys have like 4 or 5 languages. We got 13, so not
Oh,
everybody
Right.
understands each other. And everybody wants to be the president. Everybody want to be
You know
on the top.
that's by design for division of power. If everybody were together and on the same page, you'd have too much power. All the countries of the continent could actually unite, or just like four of the countries. If four of the countries of the continent united, what would happen? They'd take over the whole thing because they'd be huge. But they
Yeah,
factionalize all of us so that we
but
can't
Joe,
communicate.
imagine yourself now, you guys that are in Americas now, you guys got two political parties. You got the diplomatic and you got what do you call it? What is the two
They
parties you
call it
guys have?
they call it
Republican.
Democrats and Republicans. That's what they call the two main parties. But
Yeah,
there's
but
always a
it's two.
detractor to each party. So let's say that two equals four already. Like that's just bipodal growth. Actually, two to three to five. So probably there's five factions on the ground just because we have two main parties. There's five factions that were there the other day. When nobody was here in Virginia. Nobody was here the other day when it was No King's Day or whatever. They were all downtown.
Yeah, but like if you think about South Africa, got more than 50 parties, political parties. So it's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
that's called nothing. You're never gonna go anywhere. You're gonna just walk around in circles and complain about the same stuff all the time.
Yes.
It's safe. Safe arguments are good. That's why they argue about guns, right? You'll never forget how
Yes.
to make guns. It's the technology. The cat's out of the bag. Okay, so let's argue about guns. Abortion, technology. Let's argue about that all the time. You're never going to stop something like that. It's a safe argument. You'll always have two sides because it's tech.
Bless you. Bless you. Can we please give Jack some water?
Jack needs some orange juice, man.
And you know I like my
Can we get
orange
you some
juice
orange
in the
juice? There
morning.
you go. He's got it. He's got it in clutch.
Okay. Listen, Joe, I'm gonna love and leave you. I have to go. I for just quickly come and say hi to you that I'm still okay. I'm leaving soon.
Thank you, Tasha.
thank you,
Hey, give my
Tasha.
regards to your husband. Are you guys still hanging around for a couple more days, or is he already passed back to work?
No, he went back to work a week ago.
Well, give some
Not a week
regards
ago.
to the man,
No,
okay? Yeah.
I will. I send him the link to your channel so if he can watch whatever I'm saying. So yeah. But I said
Yes,
to him,
ma'am. Yes,
listen, I'm
ma'am.
going to Jockee. So he said, I'll meet you there. So if you see him in the chat, you see him. But his nickname is going to be like Van, so don't worry. If you see him, you know it's
I
him.
know that. Yeah. I know it's Van. No problem. No, no, no. I just want you to give him my Happy Father's Day regards and stuff because I haven't talked to him in like 4 days, and I'm sorry that you guys are split, but you'll be back together, right? Cheers.
Yes,
Don't worry.
soon. Soon.
All right,
Okay.
Tasha. See
Have a
you
good
soon.
night,
Good to
Tasha.
meet you. Jack.
You too,
Okay.
Tasha.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
Bye. Off grid. Uh oh, we lost him.
Oh no. Off grid. It was perfect. It was a perfect handoff, man. I tried.
Did you hang up
Did I
on
mess
him, or
up?
did he get hung up on?
I think I got hung up on. But come on back, off grid. It was a perfect handoff, man. That would have been digital sex. That's what I call it these days.
Digital sex.
When it happens like that, you know what I mean? When the exchange is just that smooth.
At any rate. So yeah, I don't know what else to talk about, Joe. What else you want to talk about?
Well, dang, we talked about the raspberries.
Yeah, that's the most important thing I've got in my physical realm right now, except for my woman, of course, and my dog
Right?
and all that. But
Yeah. Yeah, me
you
too.
know,
I mean, I'm pretty simple right now, so there's not a lot of things to cover. I mean, I get it, you know.
yeah, I mean, I wasn't trying to stir up beans or anything, asking my question with Tasha, but I just was curious because I see both sides of the stories. I don't just watch one person's opinion. You know, I don't listen to the liberal news or the conservative news. I kind of like the independent people myself, and I try to scrape through the personal opinions and get to the juice of the story or the meat of it or whatever you want to call it.
The
And
real story is always on the ground. It's eyes on the ground. It's different than the
well,
media.
I don't ever want to go get that story, I guess, because I'm quite comfortable right here in my house. I don't want to go stand out on a street or in the heat or the humidity or the bugs or around all
Yeah,
that negative energy all the time. You know, all those people. I don't do crowds very well at all, just because of all the
right.
vibrational energy coming off of everybody. It short circuits me and drains me out. You know, that's one
Yeah,
of
no,
those
for
things.
sure. Today I only had small goals of getting to the bank, getting my orders in, and my, whatever. And that was small goals, but I wanted to get out of public. I wanted to get back home. The other people's energy was what was bothering me. And I try
Exactly.
not to dwell on that, but it happened. And I just added you again off grid. He was shaking his head at me backstage. I push add to stage, man. That's the right thing. I'm not doing the wrong thing.
He was just here a second ago.
Yeah, something's flipping around, man. Solar flares.
Oh yeah, we're getting double whammy today. Did you see that? Do you
Nah,
want?
what's going on now?
Oh yeah. Do you follow the solar flares and all the solar activity? Do
I
you know about
know that it's a
the
problem,
sun's
but
magnetic
having all
poles have
these
already
children, I
reversed?
don't have time for it.
Say that all again.
I said I know it's a problem. I tend to follow the moon. The focus of having like at least 5 kids that I have to have eyes on all the time. I don't have time to watch the bodies. So I just go ahead and sketch out my imaginary 10 to 12 planets and I talk to them.
I get what you're
The
saying.
real one, I
I get what
follow the
you're saying.
moon.
Yeah, I don't really pay attention to the moon myself. Not very. The only time I pay attention to the moon is when I go outside at night and I look up. But other than that, I don't follow it on whatever they're tracking. But the scientists or the meteorologists or whatever the hell they're called,
Right.
the people that think they're smart.
Yeah.
So they've been monitoring the activity on the sun, and the sun's magnetic poles have reversed a couple months ago, and
Right.
so the activity's going. It's like bubbling, um, like popping popcorn, and so these
Right.
solar flares are the popcorn kernels popping, and as they do, they spit out all this plasma energy, and it's not just a solid mass or a liquid mass that will become solid, but it's all this vibrational energy on different frequencies, and so that's
Right.
bombarding our whole solar system right now, and it's
And we
affecting the planets all to the core, all the moons, all of the everything, even the rotations, what's called, all of it. And so therefore, in essence, you, me, and everybody else, it affects us into our core, because all that
It does.
vibrational energy is affecting every other energy that's in existence. That's everything, and
There's
so
instability. There's instability. There's agitation. If you
it,
know about
it's
if you know
transitional.
about like Psy War, they look at whatever you call it, electromagnetic conditions, and then they go ahead and attack even with the information at the right time. All right, Off Grid, I'm going to add you, and I hope it works this time, my brother. I added you.
Yeah, I saw that.
And people have recently had,
Joe,
StreamYard like, oh, we have connection issues. YouTube was the same, but what is that? That's the sun. What's going on, Off Grid?
Off grid.
I'm having connectivity issues. I cleared cache and data in my app, and I'm not able to get my earbuds working. I can't hear you.
And okay, you can't hear me at all right now?
It's
Yeah,
so fucking quiet. I can barely hear you.
I had to
Jesus.
take the microphone and
I'm gonna
ear
try to
stuff
fix it.
off. It's straight up just the phone right here, right now, because everything
I'll be
else
back.
didn't want to work.
Cool, Off Grid, cool. At least we know you can get up here now. We'll fix it. We'll tweak it.
Technical difficulties.
We're
But yeah,
working
anyway,
against
the solar
that
flares are
stuff,
affecting
though.
everything, including your radio waves, all your different
Yeah.
transmission waves, and all that. And so there's going to be, disruptions in our communications. We may lose grid in different locations depending on, what the infrastructure looks like. If, the infrastructure is out of date and in disrepair, it's going to go up, Have you ever
Okay.
heard of the something? I don't remember exactly what year. It was 1800 and something. It was called the Carrington bet, something like that.
No.
All right.
No.
So anyway, Carrington was some sort of scientist. That's why he got named after him, but he's the one that noticed it. So what happened was there was a solar flare that hit the earth, and it caused all of the copper wires from the telegraph equipment to burst into flames, even the stuff that wasn't plugged in. And
Okay.
but back then they weren't really using insulated wiring; they were just using bare copper wiring, so it was more exposed to the atmospheric conditions. Now today we have all these grounding things in place, and whatnot. Everything's insulated and everything, so we're more protected today than we were 100 some odd years ago. But nevertheless, they haven't upgraded the grid, which is all the wires and all the whatever are everywhere, the infrastructure, for decades.
Yeah.
They've
Yeah,
added
because
to it,
I'll
but
give
they
you
haven't
my
upgraded.
favorite simple answer as a worker. My favorite simple answer is the reason we can't fix the grid is because you guys won't move 40 yards that way and give us 2 weeks to fix it. If you would, homeowner and such, move 40 yards that way, let us fix it. You can come back. Instead, our answer is to pump more water. You know what I mean? Like we have now. So
Yeah. Yeah, and it doesn't matter if it's your water, your sewage, your electrical, your telecommunications. It doesn't matter. Most of those California wildfires, from my understanding, are caused every year because of the power lines are so outdated and rotten that they're out there in the weather and the sun. As soon as a good wind comes along, they break, they ground out, they cause a spark, bam, fire. You know what I mean?
right.
Of course, a lot of them are people started too, but that's another story.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. There's more than one. There's more than one way. But yeah, no, my son specifically, he called the power company because we had a broken power line that was flapping around over there in the moisture over by his storage unit. And he called them, and he literally like waited like 4 hours for somebody to show up. Nobody showed up. It was just flapping around and sparking in the water. You know what I mean? And nobody
Yeah.
showed up, right? So we get home, and he gets home. This is kind of the middle of the night. The next day, everybody on our side of the place, Dominion Power, all down. That it was that one stupid line. Yo, what's up, Stoner? How you doing, bro? What's going on, man?
Well, hello and
I think
cheers
my
to
wife
everybody in
deep.
the chat. I can't see it, but hello and cheers and good vibes.
Yep. Tasha came back in to talk to us. And Stoner just came in. He said, "What's up, everybody? Hit that like if you haven't." Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah, man. Now that I got my 2 channels, man, look at my description, sub up to my other channel, and I'll click like twice on yours. How about that? I understand that Chiefin is going up in a couple hours. So Jack, care of Stoned, my wife is on, or Stoner there. My wife is on her first paper tab of acid because she would do mushrooms before because they grew from somewhere, but she was kind of scared of acid, so she's on her first paper tab right now. I'm not with her, but I know she was
In her
okay
whole life?
on the upside. Huh?
This is the first one in her whole life?
Yep. That's why I
Wow.
didn't give her 2. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But she's had a couple of bouts with mushrooms, but yeah, and one of them recently, you know. And I was like, "How was it?" She was like, "It was terrible. Can I have some more?" You know. And I was like, "Yeah, of course." You
I hope she's not
know. She would
alone.
only do that. She is alone. Yeah, she is alone.
Oh, dude, that's not fun alone. Not always.
She's all right, man. I took 4 of them. She's all right.
Okay.
I took 4 of them. She'll be all right. She's
Sometimes
done
it's
her
just
mushrooms.
that side.
We had
So,
really good. We had really good, like the ones they call Lizard King strain, and she did 4 grams of it. That's a heavy dose of Lizard King. So that if she had her face melting off like that, nah, this one is fun, and it's only 1, so she'll be fine. She'll be fine. Me too, Stone. Me too. Me too. He said I have the most fun by myself. He said it is fun. I guess it's the dancing lady one, Stoned. I never looked at the print. I just took what I took. I did 2, and then I did another strain of 2. It flushed everything in me. I threw all my vitriol at her. She heard everything. You know what I mean? And she was cool with it. She came back with me like, "Are we cool?" And I was like, "Yep. That's it. That's the other."
Fuck yeah, I did it.
What's up, Alfred?
I did it. You know, when you clear the cache and do all that stuff, it removes all the permissions from every app. So that my
Right.
Google Chrome no longer had access to my camera or microphone. So that's what was messing with it.
Oh, good
that's
for you.
probably what's doing my problems too.
Even after turning it back on, I still had to restart the phone though before it would connect right. Like now it's working.
Yeah. Yeah. When I get mine working, I restart it too because the screen starts acting funny. They have these new commercials, right? About how if this is acting funny, this is acting funny, you might have antivirus. And they're probably scamming you because this happens every summer. Like the heat. Remember how many minutes you say you can go walk around out there and have a good picture to show us your garden? What's up, Bree? And I did not know the answer to your question. I wish I did. Bree
It's like
Dazzle says hello.
it's about 1 minute right now is all we can go out there in the full sun, and the phone's like it's nuked.
Well, they have scammy antivirus commercials now that they made for, YouTube and Instagram or whatever. And they're like, if your screen's acting like this, it's because somebody hacked you. And they look at, they're like, must be your ex-boyfriend. Like they try to really pick at you. And they're like, so come get our invasive software, Off-Grid just fixed it by turning all permissions off and just cleaning that thing out. Clean the cache. So Bree Dazzle came in and said hello. She asked me about her what is it? The trivia question. No, I did not know. That was a hard one. But she gives giveaways if you get her trivia questions right. So people, please subscribe to Bree Dazzle. It's a
Everybody
lot of fun.
subscribe to everybody.
Heck yeah, man! Bigger community, man.
Good to see you guys.
How
You too,
doing?
man.
We're rolling one up. I'm rolling up some lavender here.
Heck yeah. Jack, same as you, Off-Grid's been hard-working man, He's been tending the whole thing, hard-working.
We're trying.
Well, that's
I'm
what
a
you
little
got to
lazy.
do. 'Cause ain't nobody else going to do the work for you.
Yeah.
Well, cheers to that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There
We're
ain't
so
nobody
far ahead
coming
this
to
year.
save me, so I might as well just do it myself.
Yeah, we're so far ahead this year, though. I feel like I can almost kick back for a week or two.
Every time I think that, it gets ahead of me.
Yeah,
I've got
exactly right.
one patch left that's about 10 foot by 20 foot that the weeds are taller than me now. And I'm already got to go back around to all the flower beds and pick all the crap that's 2 inches tall. Yeah.
You
I
know,
think I'm going to get a
you
little
know,
taller than that before I do.
Off Grid and Jack, man, you guys will appreciate this. My mother had a fairly simple garden in the front of her house with flowers that she had collected from like events, ones that said, R.I.P. Lucy or whatever, my other grandmother, stuff like that. And it was real easy and it was real like serpentine. So I got a garden weasel, like one they used to sell on TV, and you could just run circle eights around her garden and there would be no weeds, no picking, no bending over, just run circle eights. And then my grandmother, her mother, put rocks all around in there so that you couldn't do that. Like as soon as I solved it, my grandmother put up a barrier. She put like rocks in the ground so that you can't just run around them anymore and you have to get back on your knees and pick them one by one. And I was like, boiled again. What's up, Fatima? Blessings. How you doing, Fatima? Nice to see you. Oh yeah, here we go. Alfred's got a big old joint on. Let me see. I made a special trip to get my Afghan hemp papers, man. My 199 Afghan hemp papers. I love them.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're 1 1/4. They're very thin, and it's time to catch up to Alfred. Oh, he's gonna light it first. Oh no.
Well, you roll joints in like about 30 seconds, Joe, so you'll have no problem catching up.
I'll try. I'll be there. Yeah, it was funny back in the day. Everybody would just be like, "Oh, can you just roll it for me?" And I would say, "Sure." And then eventually, some of them would be like, "Can you teach me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but let me see you first." And just like everything I've ever done in work, you can train anyone, but you have to do it their way. So you should just do endless repetition in front of them, make them feel comfortable, and just say, "When you get this, let's do this." All right, here we go.
It was like 15 seconds. Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm
was in a
waiting for
good 30. Oh, I'm sorry, Jack. Thanks for coming in, Fatima.
I'm waiting for the cool down out there. It's windy and hot. It's about 87 and 20 plus mile an hour wind out there. Drying shit out
Right
fast.
on. Yeah, that'll dry it out, right? Mm. Hey, Hobo, on the other book, right? It's James Wasserman. James Wasserman, he's from New York. He worked for the Samuel Weiser Company. That's the one that published the 777. And now in Florida, he's one of the leaders of his OTO lodge. He's an Order Tempi or Orientis, whatever they call it, like
That's this
Oriental
one
Temple
here
of the
you're telling
East.
me about right here.
Yeah, right there. So if you
Okay.
open that up to the first couple of pages, he wrote it. He dedicated it. I mean, he put a "Hey Joe, yours in liberty," and he signed it. I just wanted you to see the signature. That's all.
Yeah, I just opened it up there.
Yeah. And then the 93 there is "Love is the law, love unto will." It's the Crowley credo. 93 is "Love is the law, love under will."
Dude, that's way cool, man. So when I'm done with this
Yeah,
book,
it
you
starts
want it
out.
back?
No, I want you to keep it. I read it twice. I think it
Okay.
starts out with the Waco situation, because he's talking about like the way that the government reacts to religious groups and stuff like that. Because again, it is a treatise on liberty, is what it's about. So
Yeah.
he wrote another book that's just about love, and then he wrote another book that's just about the Gnostic Mass. You know what I mean? So there's like different things that he covers because he's a lodge member with his OPO, so he has to. You know what I mean? The Gnostic Mass one, I guess I'll just ask him to send you a copy. That'd be nice, because I got to keep my own, but you'll love it.
Yeah, you better keep your own. Yeah, I'm gonna sit down and read that when I get the time, but it may not be until the fall or the winter. You know what I mean? So long as it's warm, I
Hey
got to
man,
work outside. But when the cold time
I'm not
comes,
I'm
I'm
not making I'm not a
indoors all the
teacher. I'm
time.
not making assignments.
I didn't hear you.
I said, oh, I'm not making assignments like a teacher. I'm just saying you'll enjoy it when you get to it.
I thought you were gonna make me write a book report and all that.
There's a quiz on chapter 1 and chapter 2 in the morning.
See, that's what I
I'll
thought,
tell you what.
and it was gonna be multiple choice and Scantron and the whole works, man.
In this world now, currently, I'll tell you what though. I'll give you an honest answer to that digging. Is in this world where you can just go ahead and download like a free PDF or whatever, having a book club where you guys are up on the same book would be pretty cool. Just meet once a week or whatever and just say, hey, this week we're going to read a couple of chapters and we're going to talk about it. That would be pretty cool online.
That actually would be pretty cool. That would be something I would be involved in.
Challenge, man. I might whip one up. Get three
I did.
members that we're going to read the same couple of chapters a week. That'd be cool, man.
I mean, I did that with Bible study for several years. We had all kinds of
That's
books we were
cool.
reading.
Yeah, I did
Yeah,
that
no, that
growing up
works,
with
man.
Bible
That works.
study, but even with the 12-step program, I always found that it was easier to get the information that way too.
Hey, Hobo,
But
have you ever
what?
been on the have you ever been on their you like the AA Discord? Because I didn't have a Discord until AA. And I found the AA Discord, and the reason I love it is they have all those old recordings of the guys going around and speaking to halls. They have all those like radio recordings. That is
Yeah,
beautiful.
there's an app now you can upload on your phone. So I got the app, and then you can get all those old recordings and all that whatnot that you're talking about. And there's a couple guys, I don't remember their names right off the top of my head. I haven't listened to them in a while, but they're funny as all get out. They're like from the early days, like they knew the
Yeah,
founders.
like the 40s and stuff. Yeah, and like their experience in a bar is so much different. I had the best of intentions. I went in and I ordered a ginger ale, but your first one may as well be your last one. And you're listening to this old timey radio. It's the best, man. I did not have a
Yeah.
Discord before that. I've had a Discord. I've told people on YouTube I have a Discord, but people my age on Discord do the most boring shit I've ever heard of. They go back there. They don't go public and they go watch movies together and they talk about stuff privately. And I'm like, what is the point of turning on this little hole in my phone to go and
Right.
talk to people inside?
Yeah, and you can do. They got meetings online too. You can do talk to people all over the world, all 24 hours a day.
Yeah. But
And
that's why I started a Discord, and I've never found anything better. But the old timey recordings are just hilarious because they had a different world.
Yeah, for sure. Back when stuff was just audio and there was no video, there was a lot more
Hmm.
play on words and stuff, and the way they used the language was different.
yeah, they convinced a whole
Yeah.
society that they were being attacked by aliens once upon a time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's one of the oldest records that I actually have because it's from my father. But yeah, the war. Well, except for like 78s and shit from my great grandfather. But from the LPs, from the vinyl, my father he gave me the the War of the Worlds. Yeah. Orson Welles, that's right. And it was written by H.G. Wells. You know what I'm
I
saying?
have that book right inside. I have an original version of some really old copy. It was my dad's book, and it was given to me by my mama. One of the few things I
Oh
have.
man,
War of the Worlds.
Mr. Six was
HP.
talking about it.
Right? It's a hardback. I have the hardback.
Well, I have a book set right now that I'm gonna send to Cosmic because before he was like, "Hey, don't you have like financial concerns?" Yeah, a little bit, you know. So I get what you're saying, but I still have those books. I'm sending them to Cosmic, and that's because Hershey got the feminine books. They were from my early life. They were from my education, my work experience, and my future life, which is like this, which is like we're gonna do this shit different. We're not gonna do this shit that way. You know? We're not
Oh
doing
yeah. It's right there, War of the Worlds. It might not be a first edition, but it's a really old one. Oh shit, I
You're
just
on
fucked it
live.
up. Be careful, it's very brittle. The spine just
Yep,
tore
yep.
some on it. Shit.
I was summoned to the front porch, and she didn't realize that I was on live with you guys. So now
That's
the world
okay. That's
knows.
okay. Hey man, I just told like off grid, dude. In the last 2 days, this is a full nest that they built over here. I thought they were chewing tobacco. These fucking birds when they were coming with that shit hanging out of their beaks. No, they built an entire nest over here, and I can't do shit. I can't do anything.
No way,
Now I
make
have
it
to
hard
live
to
with
flip this
those
thing.
and eggs. I guess I have to live with eggs.
There you go.
Looks nice over there, Hobo. Looks peaceful as hell.
Yeah, it's a quiet little neighborhood.
Cool, cool.
This is rush hour right now too. It's like 5
Oh
cars.
yeah,
Everybody's coming home from work right now.
it's going wild, man. All 4 or 5 of them, yeah. What do you got there, off grid? I can't
Is
see it.
that a first edition off
Oh,
grid?
World of the World.
Yeah, this is
Look.
the old War of the Worlds. And my dad bought this, I guess, when he was in school. Like that's what
60s,
Mama said,
right?
but it was one of the. It's a Whitman publishing company. I don't. StreamYards makes everything reverse. Let's see if we can decipher the year here. 1950, 64, 1964. This is a 1964 version.
There you go. Yeah, it's a 60s deal, so I mean that's early. Look at
Yeah, I don't
the
see any.
brown kind of edges. I love the brown edges.
Yeah, it was in my house fire too, and it survived too. You
Right.
know?
That's
Yeah,
good.
it's got some colored photos there. It's really hard to do this backwards
Yeah,
and
those are called
around how
plates.
it
Yeah,
is.
those are plates, and sometimes they'll do like 2 colors, but they'll only do it like 7 times in the book max. You know, sometimes like 4.
Yeah.
You love the Big Chill? Yeah, I got the Big Chill record. Danny, I told Danny
That's badass
Roadkill.
off grid. That's an awesome book. Take care of it, man. That's a treasure.
Heck yeah. Yeah, those blue inks are something special too. I don't think they use those anymore.
Yeah, and it's the
Yeah.
right way to us, by the way, on the video. I can see it the right
Oh, is
way. Yeah.
Is it okay? I see it. It's all backwards for me. Whatever
Yeah,
reason.
no, it's the right way for us.
Yeah, I never know. I'm like, he's over here. He's I don't know. He's over there. He went that way. Yeah, you never know. The
There we go.
orientation is
Now we're
messed up.
back.
That's why when I say Connect 4 and I start noticing
Hey.
somebody's not paying attention.
I'm going to hang up now, guys.
Okay.
I love you. Goodbye.
See
You
you,
too,
Hobo.
man. You too. Everybody check out Hobo's channel, man. Are you guys behind or what? You know, check out Hobo's videos. They're awesome. So he has an assistant, somebody who helps him with the tech. So Chief in Sessions, I know you're going live soon. Well, in a couple hours, and I'll go ahead and send him that link because he doesn't do the tech stuff. He really does have a lady who helps. Cheers, his wife.
Yeah. Oh man, I wish I had a camera person. That'd be dope. Like, what do you got to do to get a camera person? A camera lady.
You've already said.
Cameraman?
You've already said. If you had somebody hang over there, then you could do more plants, right? And so one of the Hershey
Oh yeah, a
books that I
second
sent
person.
her is Heather Donahue. Yeah. So one of the books that I sent Hershey, it's Heather Donahue from Blair Witch Project. And so she ended
Uh-huh.
up ended up moving up to Northern California as what she called a, sort of a, what you call it, like a grow wife or a pot wife or whatever. Another one over
Oh yeah.
21. That's what we'll call it right now. We'll call it that.
All
And
right.
so even our grower, even our farmer, right? She's asked us to move. She said, move, because I have 4 21-year-olds here. You know what I mean?
Right, free rent. It's free rent until into October for somebody if they moved into my house, right? Or moved into the yard
Yeah,
even.
harvest over. Yeah. That's the end of the day. Yeah. But see,
Yeah,
that's
it's
the thing
free
that
rent.
everybody
Just
tries to do.
yeah.
Right. Right. Yeah, but that's what everybody tries to do because they even do that at antique tables. It's a ridiculous world, you know what I mean? So the best thing is when
Oh,
it's not for sale and you're just cool,
yeah.
then you're out of that game, because yeah.
There we go. We got the phone in the shade. The phone was struggling in the sun there. We gotta get it outside. It's just
Thank you,
late enough
Mr.
in the
Six.
day.
Mr. Six is going to subscribe to Hobo.
Oh yeah.
Here's the Hobo right here, right here, right here. Boom. And cheers to Hobo. He was wearing his own shirt today. That was awesome. I got one of
Yeah, I
those
saw
too.
that. I saw that. I was like, man, why don't I have an off-grid Terps shirt? What's going on? That's what I was
Right?
thinking.
Right?
Like,
Man, I mean, I have to say this because it is just so fantastic, right? So Tom got a Chief in Sessions shirt, and he went to see him, in person, right, in real life. And he
oh,
got him this
cool.
Chief in Sessions shirt, and it's like, it's like an Indian head, right? But the headdress part, all weed leaves. It's all weed leaves all the way down, and it says Chiefin down there. So it's even like pseudo Redskins, kind of.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah, that's cool.
it's badass.
Pretty dope.
It's
Pretty
badass.
dope.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll get one if that's ever something. But he just made one for him,
Yeah,
as it stands.
I think we need some Grow Big 25 shirts. Grow big or go
Grow
home
big
25.
25.
Yep.
Grow big, grow big, grow
Grow,
home.
yeah, grow big or go home.
No, don't put the year. Just put grow big, grow home. Then you could sell them every year. And when people
All
see
right.
that, they have to take a double take, because grow big, grow home doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah, grow big or go home. Like, or it means like get the fuck out of here. Either growing big or get the fuck out of here. That's what it means.
Right.
Like get that little bullshit out of here.
What
People
do they
got kind
say?
of hurt. People kind of got hurt
I
though,
guess
because the grow
no, they
competition kind of
always
got carried
do.
away. People got too
Of
competitive and
course.
stuff. So,
Nah, it's not nice. But that's what I'm saying. Like honestly, like I think Chief in Sessions, he is really nice. You know what I mean? He's not down on anybody, and people shouldn't be. And people that are
yeah,
down on you, like I said, it's because you got so much behind you that they're jealous. And it's quite obvious. And so I think everything will be better next year. That's why I said don't put the date on it. Just say grow big, grow home. Don't even say or. Just grow big, grow home. And then when people see that, it'd be like, what does that mean? And then take it in. Ah, I get it. And just like just put off grid down there in like a real like dainty script so it looks all nice. Just put it down there, dash off grid. Just a friendly reminder from off grid. Grow big, grow home. If you want to push it, you're going to get a larger imprint. You'll be reading these Nikes. I left the whole logo on.
I'm packing up some birthday cake right now.
Hell yeah, man! From last year.
Yeah. That's my big plant, Big Mama.
Big Mama was birthday. Okay.
Yeah, she was 6.3
Cool.
pounds. Like, see if we can
That's
beat that
awesome,
number
man.
this year. I don't know if I'm gonna, but we're gonna try anyway. We're way
Oh
ahead.
yeah, I mean that's a very very large plant. You said you could hide a 2x4 behind it, right? That's a very large plant.
Oh yeah, last year. Yeah, so far we're doing good this year. I think we're on par. We're on par, maybe slightly ahead. Like last year about next Sunday. The hell is the day? Tuesday. This coming next Sunday, my plants
Yeah,
were as big as a Bic lighter last year. They were as wide as a Bic, the stalks,
no way,
and
no way.
we're ahead of that this year. They're bigger than that,
I believe you. Yep, I believe you. Yep.
and I still got till next
Well, I
Sunday.
think I was trying to get down to two, and I got down to one sprout, and then there was this slug, and I put the slug in the pot, and I believe it ate it. So I don't know what's going to
Oh,
happen, and I don't really care, but because it's already at the end, and I already said, well, shit, thank for you sending me, good seeds from the past. I will just focus on doing that next year. You know what I mean? Because I gave them to my wife before Mother's Day, so that she could give them back to me to germinate, which I never did, and blah blah blah. But now I think the snail just had its food, and I was like, well, I guess that's history. Hello, snail. I guess you're gonna have a good time over here.
yeah. You always want to overplant because you got to expect half of what you plant's going to die and the other half's going to be male. So you need to plant 4
Yeah.
times as many as what you're planning on, maybe a few more, in case there's mice or things that destroy them, birds, animals. Yeah.
Since mine were found, I was like completely dedicated to, even if it was like a male and a female, I was just gonna grow both. So I mean, like the seeds that you gave me for next year, it'll be a different deal because I'll prepare ahead of time, and therefore I'll have some idea of where I'm going, and I'll have some assistance, behind where I'm going. But even if it is a male, I mean, I might keep it because that doesn't hurt me. You know what I mean? Like it's not like I need my smoke. I just need a plant. The first time that I grew those leggy ones, remember, I was asking for peppers. And she was like, "Oh, I thought you were coding me." And I was like, "Nah, I wanted some peppers. Are these Hungarians? These don't look like habaneros."
Huh.
So yeah, I think I would let a male plant live. I mean, I guess that's my contribution to the world because you got to take those males out. You don't have time or space for them. Me and them will just be exchanging a little bit of oxygen
Oh yeah.
with their balls everywhere. Yep, you're in
Hopefully
the
nice.
shade. Look at that fence, man. That fence has the most economy of nails I've noticed. You know what I mean? I've always looked at that.
It's just
It
got
saved all the metal.
screws on this
Yeah.
fence.
Oh, I meant
Yeah.
economy of metal. That's what I meant. Not even nail specifically. I meant economy of metal. It's very well planned.
Yeah, it was a shorter fence. It was like a 4-foot high fence, and then I took those down and I put up these 6.5-foot tall ones
Right?
for more privacy from the grow. I did that last year because you could just see too much from the street with the 4-foot fence. I'm like, that's the whole grow. You're looking at it. I was like, we gotta raise that up.
Yeah, when they get that tall, you said they're all over 40 some inches right now. At least 42, right? Tall.
Last year it was like 10 feet off of the ground. Like from where I was standing, the top colas were like 10 feet in the air because the pot's
That
up
is
like 20. The pot's up like 20 inches off the ground. The super pots that were there
yeah,
last year, and then the plant
yeah.
was another 8.5 feet on top of that. Like,
Damn, man.
the
Can we see
monster.
one of them now? Which one looks happy? Which one looks thirsty?
They're all happy. They're all well. No, I'm waiting. I'm trying to wait, like because I flooded them extra. Uh,
Okay.
yesterday
So they
morning,
look
right?
drunk.
They didn't.
They look drunk.
Well, no. Look, this. Oh, I gotta flip this camera again. Oh,
Hold on. We got to make this worthwhile here. He's gonna flip it. It's gonna overheat, man.
And oh yeah, everything's reversed. Everything's flipped around backwards. Thank you. Well, it makes it really difficult. Just aim the phone that direction. All right. Yeah, this is True Times Chronic. She's the one that maybe looks the thirstiest out of all of them, but she is not wilty.
She's kind of the
This is.
shortest, right?
She's at the top of the.
True
She's
Times
over
is
the
kind of the
cage.
shortest.
She was. She's over the top of the cage
Yeah.
now. Like all of a sudden,
Oh,
that's just
okay.
happened today.
Okay.
I just noticed that she's out of the cage, so she's like 36, 37 inches tall. The cage is 36, so she's a little out
There
of
you
it.
go, man.
Yeah, but these
Dang.
girls are. There's the top of the cage, and she's got a whole bunch of all her tops are out of the cage. She's the net. Shit, she's tall now. What the hell?
Yeah, I see that,
that's
man.
Kylo Ren. Yeah, that's Kylo Ren, F3.
Kylo Ren F3.
There's another Kylo Ren, F3.
Damn, look how bushy.
Yeah, that's that real wide one, that 50-inch one. The camera's getting
Somebody's
jacked over by the.
barbecuing out here, man. I started getting drooling and stuff. They're barbecuing out here. That one's so bushy, man. Damn. Kylo Ren F3.
Yeah.
And these are all
This way.
twisted.
There, it's easier that way. Yeah,
These are
this
all
is
twisted
twisted.
roots, right?
Yeah, twisted roots, third eye strains. And this is Moon
Is he
Magic.
okay? I mean, like, is he still having health issues, bro? That's a Moon Magic in front of us.
Oh yeah, that's Moon Magic right there. No, I think we haven't heard nothing. He said he's just gonna take more time doing fun stuff this year, not focus so much on the cannabis. But he says he's growing. Last we heard, so
Okay.
just picked his beans out and stuff. But yeah, they're ready for water. I can tell. I'm gonna try to wait. I still see signs of moisture over here underneath the plant, a little bit, and
Right.
the
Right.
dirt's starting to
Yeah.
crack. The earth's cracking open and stuff. Like it's totally drying out. I'm like,
Oh,
yep,
okay.
they're gonna be.
Yeah. So
They're gonna be ready.
It's definitely ready. Yeah.
Well, they're gonna be ready for water. It's wet down in there though. It's not. They're not dry at all. I could probably go. The plants could go like several more days without water and be fine.
So I mean, like, are these 48 inches at this point? I mean, like, how tall is your tallest plant right now? I know that you're talking about
It's
Mendo Dope,
close.
and that's cool.
Well, we just
But
measured it. What was
yeah,
it?
I mean, like,
Yes, we measured it yesterday at 44, right? 40. Yeah, it
well, I
was
mean, it
44.
definitely got
It was
taller though because
it was 44. It
well,
was 44 inches tall yesterday, and I don't know how much it grew overnight, but it does look like a few inches. I got a tape measure right here. The wind
yeah,
keeps
because
bringing that.
you've definitely seen upgrowth and all of that.
Oh, they're
I'm putting you back
stretching.
in. Hold on, there we go. I'll put you back in. Yeah, use the tape measure, man. I'll be right back.
Not there yet. It's still about that. It's not praying right now. It's hot out here in the sun. She's still sitting around 44 right now, but she's not praying. She'd be like 3 inches taller if their leaves were pointing, you know. The crowns are about at 44 now. At the top of the plant here, this top right here and this one right here. I guess there's two tops in each of those spots now. And then there's two below each one. I got them staggered there. Hell yeah. These are going to start going sideways. What's going to happen? I'm going to bend all these sideways when we get up here a little bit higher, just a little bit more. We're going to start taking these sideways. This one measured 50 inches wide yesterday. It's got a branch down there that looks like almost 3. It's 3 feet. It's got to be 3-foot branch.
When you were going through yesterday, everything that went through my mind, I was thinking about like in the theme parks where they're like, you must be tall to ride this.
Yeah, you have
So
to be
yeah, that's
tall to
what I was
ride the
thinking all
ride.
day yesterday. I was like, yeah, you must be this tall.
Length on this. Oh, that branch is a little over 30 inches long on the back of Kylo, right there. A little over
Dang.
30 inches long, coming from the bottom. Hell yeah. She needs to be in a cage real soon. Real soon. If that gets wet, that's a lot of weight on that. You know, it's getting there. It's already through one cage. It has one cage like on it, supporting it, but it needs a second
Right.
cage now. Yep, we're to the point we
Well, I
need to
think,
start.
remember, like you said, sometimes you think you're talking to a wall, but sometimes you're not, and I'm paying attention, right? I think, like, with the soil that I've now reconditioned and then remade to make more soil to fill up this dang pot, right? This 7-gallon pot or whatever, right? It's like, okay, I figured that out. I got lights, right? And then with the couple of things that I've gotten from you, I was like, I'm gonna custom good before I re-moisten the soil or anything, excuse me. A couple of cages and a couple of preparatory like builds. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna be ahead of that situation because it's something that I just gleaned from you. I'm not saying that that I got it, but it's like I have some ideas of how I can proceed and have a good plan ahead so that I maybe can get some decent results. Those
Here's the
couple of
biggest
joints that
thing.
we got off the one plan I kept last time, they were great. They were really nice, but those were auto pop seeds that the farmer sent to us to make it easy on us. And you saw they kept stretching for the sun and they were done.
Yeah. Right now, the struggle is to keep up with this low stress training. These little branches that are inside here growing so fast, trying to keep them trained through the cage and not trying to go up through the middle. We want those. All the little tops that will to go out and not up.
So if I do radial or coaxial, like 2 levels of out pulling racks, right? What I'm doing is making more sunlight be able to get to the center of the plant. Is that right?
Yeah, we're pulling down and moving we're making the growth hormone changes in the plant by pulling it down.
Well, the growth
And
hormone can almost pull
we're
that.
making the plant wider because it continually wants to try to grow up. So it's trying to grow longer branches all the time. And we're going to keep pulling that
So
down
even
until
even growth hormone will shift lower level if you pull it lower level.
yeah, topping it moves it around too, moves it more to the lower branches and away from the tops.
And
Yeah,
you
there's more
said you
weight.
top at 24 inches. You top the first expression right off the top, right?
This year I did it at 30. Last year I did it at
Okay.
50. Did it 50
Oh,
inches
wow.
last year on my big plant. That's why part of why it was so high in the sky. It had a beautiful undercarriage though. Like there was a solid foot underneath the cannabis plant where there was nothing. Like there was wind just blowing right under that girl. And that's what you want, man. You got
So
to
if
have
you get, that's where
airflow.
the oxygen comes from, right? That's where they really get to breathe if you've got that pass through underneath.
So this one, I did a little cutting on this one. I don't know if you can see, but you can see the stalk here now, like through
Mm-hmm.
where's the camera? You can see the stalk through the
There we
leaves
go.
now
There
a
we
little
go.
bit. And I cut some of that out of there. I don't know how much
Oh,
you
I
can
see
see
the
here.
airflow. Yeah. So
Yeah, I
yeah.
cut some
So
of
there's two
these out.
things going on, right? When they do have like soil to underleaf area to blow through, they have a beautiful source of oxygen, right?
Yeah,
But also the fact that you're well the fact that you're fanning them out, right? Like the fact that you're fanning them out gets the light and the air into the middle of the plant.
right. See the bottom down here? There's just not, I already cut
Yeah,
all that
it's
off there.
clear.
Right.
Yeah,
Not too
there's a
much,
clear
just
way
enough.
through, right?
It ain't gonna grow down there. That ain't never gonna make it up to 7 feet high or wherever this is headed. It's just a
So you
waste
don't
of the
need it. You
plant's
don't need
energy.
it.
Yeah, so I went through, I think
The growth
yesterday, and I
hormone.
cut part of that out of there. Cut a little of the
That's
inside
awesome.
out of there. I need to do it to this one. This one's next. And then it'll be the moon magic. Because
All
if you do
good
have too many leaves
topiary
in there,
shit. That's your topiary, man. You know what topiary is? That's when they make like animals out of the bushes. That's your topiary wizardry.
I wish I had a wizard hat.
Oh, you want? I'll give you a. I have a wizard glass. I'll send it to you. It's like one of those pendants.
Huh. That's cool.
It's like purple and stuff. So I wore it to my mother's wedding. I mean, my mother's funeral because she wanted purple stuff. So I wore an amethyst earring and I wore that wizard. But yeah, I'll send it to you. It's just a pendant. He's a little midgety guy. He's very short. He's got a nose sticking out under his hat, and I can't have it. The person that gave it to me hates me. You know.
These
But
sunflowers are
you
growing
know,
like
for my mom,
crazy.
I wouldn't have a purple. Huh?
These wild sunflowers here are growing like crazy.
Right?
They're like,
You didn't
they're
plant them? Are
already,
they that wild that they volunteered?
oh yeah. No, they all grow around here. They only get little, they get heads on them like this big, but they get like 20 or 30 heads on the same plant. And they'll get like 8 feet tall if you water them.
Yeah, man. I got the it's the George Washington like dandelion wine recipe. You know, I have that.
Oh
It's
yeah.
pretty cool. But yeah, you know,
The marigolds.
those are so beautiful, and they always grow, right? And are they in the chrysanthemum family?
I don't know. I don't know.
They grow so quick, man. They're beautiful.
All right. These ones I started from seed in February. It's a 7-gallon pot. Probably
Nice.
needs transplanted again, honestly, you know.
Yeah, it's
I'm gonna have
like
to start. It's
overgrowing.
time to. It's time to start cutting off some of the old heads off of here to keep it flowering.
Right. Well, that's just pruning, correct? That's just a pruning process.
Yeah,
But yeah, it
just with
definitely
scissors.
needs more. It's bursting out, right? It's definitely bursting out of its hole, right?
Hell yeah.
Nice, man. Nice.
There we go. All right, and we're back. Hey, Gene, you ready to go inside? Where'd she go? Oh, the little stink girl. Come on, Gene. Good girl.
I haven't smoked since I did that
Good
Reliant
girl.
Rosin in public. It really works like that. It's stony, you know. It's really nice, and it's
Come
not
on,
a
Gene.
lot. It's just an eighth of it, you know, an eighth of the juice. It doesn't taste bad. Just keep it away from your teeth.
Oh yeah.
The RSO was awesome. My wife came back like, "Can I buy some?" I was like, "Buy some? No, I don't know anybody who sells
I know
RSO."
where
I'm
you
like,
can get it. I know where
no,
you can get it. I have the information. You want me to send it to you? If you really want to buy them.
no, no, no,
I'll
no.
tell
It's a
you
hard
what, they're
no.
so they're 10 pills for $50.
Yeah,
How much they
that's cheap.
cost there, and that is because they're like those are expensive if you buy them from anybody else. I know they are.
Yeah, I what I've noticed is like this is the reason I said no, it doesn't matter, is because what I've noticed is there's a lot of people who sell them in syringes and stuff like that, you know. And like you're saying, like the 10 for that, yeah, that's much better. So thank you for having having a hookup, but we don't need it soon. It was just a thing where we got this sleep, right? And like she'll be like, "Oh, isn't that cool? Let me do it again. Isn't that cool? Let me do it again." It's like, no, you have to wait. You know, like it'll be better later. It'll be better later because the only thing it got us was like really, really great sleep. You know, and I understand why that's so appealing. But she's also been late 3 times since. And she only did it one day, but she's been late 3 times since, and she always woke up exactly when she was supposed to be there. And that's an interesting phenomenon. It means
Oh,
maybe you're not in the
yeah.
right place. That's what it means. It means maybe you're not supposed to be there. You see what I'm saying? So we're working on it. She might be in the wrong place. If you wake up when you're supposed to be there, there's an animosity in your soul that is so deep because you could have made it. You could have
You
made it
could
by
have.
getting up 20 minutes earlier and taking a shower and putting on your clothes. But you didn't. You woke up exactly when you were supposed to be there. It's a phenomenon,
Right. Yeah,
in my opinion.
I remember kids coming to school with their shirt on inside out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that you could wear it one more day.
No, I think they just did it on accident. They were just in a hurry in the
Oh,
morning. They
okay.
weren't awake, and they just threw their clothes on and went out the door. And it's like halfway through the day, it's like, hey, your shirt's on inside out.
Nope, not really, man. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. But obviously, everything, plan ahead, plan ahead.
Coffee. Coffee's what's up. I got a coffee pot, Joe. It's a Cuisinart. Only a 12
Yeah,
cupper,
yeah.
though. I know the new ones are 14.
Right, right. Mine's a oh gee, is it it's a good brand. I can't remember right now, but it's only a 4 cup. I had a 7 and I had a 12, and I throw both of them away, and I kept the 4, and I got the espresso with like the plastic basket. But the thing that I use is just a hot shot. It's a Sunbeam, and the other company, Hamilton Beach, they both make them. But it's a hot shot. You heat the water on top, you pour it into either a mug or a bowl. Like if you want oatmeal, you get the bowl. I got the bowl version, but then I put in like one of those espresso filters. And so I just put that in the bowl. I put in my coffee grounds and I pour it over top and I shake, 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 and then throw them away. And I can get exactly the brew I want by color, by oil, whatever. And also, obviously, I could use it for oatmeal, which is cool. And if you have can of butter, you might want to put can of butter in your oatmeal. You know what I mean? So that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Can of butter on my next French toast. That sounds pretty good.
Heck yeah, man. Oh, Jimmy just asked me if I have like Jack came up here the other day. I love doing that to those guys. So they push each other. So Jimmy just asked me if we have pictures from this old band. I have nada. I have nothing. But it's funny because Jack came up. He's like, no, I gotta go to sleep. And then we had fun, and he came up. And so then Jimmy's like, oh my gosh, he's doing stuff. Now I gotta do stuff. It's so funny. It's funny.
Juice? Shit. Yeah.
Wake up, guys! Wake up, guys! Do your best work. Come on. We're hoping. We're hoping.
Hell yeah. More work. It's hot out there. It's like
Yeah,
we wait and
yeah.
it's winter and then we're like, it's cold out there. And then it's like, it's hot out there. It's windy out there. It's raining out there. Shit, we never get anything done.
Okay, so I believe that winter we just got out of, it was not only super cold, but super crazy with the winds changing around and like places getting snow, like snow in Texas. I thought I knew what snow in Texas was, but they had snow in Texas. Then the summer between, okay, that was just last summer, but the summer before that one was crazy hot, and people were just melting and complaining. And I was like, I cannot complain about heat anymore because as you get older, you actually want heat. It might hurt. You might have to drink more water, but you stay lubricated. The cold when you get older, it's where your joints seize up and they hurt. You know what I mean? Like the heat is so much better for an old person. Trust me. The
I mean,
cold is where you start getting freaky.
I like the dry air where I'm at, but it's been a little too dry lately, even for me. Like the dry air is nice, especially for
Yeah.
smokers. I'd get bronchitis every year when I lived in Illinois.
Yeah, yeah.
every
I was
winter.
one of those kids that had like chronic asthma, chronic bronchitis. My lungs were bad as a kid. They got better when I started smoking, like in a way. When I started smoking, they got better. Because I was one of those kids with chronic asthma and all of that, and chronic
I
bronchitis
had a
every
friend.
year.
I had a friend like that, and I think it was the bong hits, exercising his lungs and trying to take bigger hits and holding the hits and stuff, expanding his lungs. I think is what fixed his asthma. Like
I got better. I got better, man. I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing.
yeah, hell yeah, yeah. It works for him. He grew out of it.
Yeah, it was a juvenile condition that they could say that.
Yeah, I think at one point he was even not even wearing glasses. Like he kept getting prescriptions, and they were lesser and lesser prescriptions every time.
That's cool, man. That's great. Yeah.
So vision was getting corrected too. Like
Well, I mean, like weed is like noted for relaxing the eye muscles, right? So if he had too much tense eye muscles, it could have been helpful.
Mhm. I saw these old
I
people
have
today. There was a whole grocery paper sack full of old people's glasses, like seeing glasses, and these old people were
for
stoked.
free.
They were like, "Oh my!" No, they were all for sale. Like, but they were just going through
Oh,
and
okay,
looking through them all. They were holding them all up and looking through them, seeing if they find anything close.
man. We have every magnification at the Dollar Tree. So if you really want to be cheap like that, the thing is, my eyes are unique to each other, right? My father has kind of been really strong monoscopic on one eye, so mine are unique to each other. So the same strength isn't the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I can't believe it, man. They should be able to get them for free. I mean, every time I've even been in like some sort of social office, they pull out a drawer full of like the magnifiers, and they're like, "What fits you?" Because they want you to sign contracts.
Oh yeah,
So they
contracts and
got.
payment plans, and we're gonna have to take a mortgage out on that house.
That's how you can get some free glasses, elderly people. I'm just letting you know. So at 7-Eleven today, they have a picture of somebody like maybe stealing some Takis or whatever. They put them on the front, like it
Oh
is
no,
where I come from in Maryland. They put pictures
the
of like
Jack and
14
Talkies, and
people
they're
in
like
Maryland.
they're on the front page of Jack and Talkies. They're like,
They took the picture from the surveillance camera and they said wanted for stealing.
that's
I'll
the front
send it to
page.
you.
Wow.
No, it's on. They stuck it to the door.
I'm gonna
They
take you a
stuck it to the
screenshot
door.
of I'm gonna take you a screenshot of our police blotter. And that's only
I'd like to
just be a
see it.
small, it's like a very, they don't report the big stuff that happens, but just some of
This
the
wasn't
stuff,
real stuff. This was just them being mad at dude. No, they just don't like the guy coming in the store. That's why they put his picture up. I said where I come from, they put like 14 people's pictures up in the front. This is not legal adult, cop stuff. They can't really bust him. If you
Right.
steal $2 worth of stuff, you can't really get busted out of the store.
Well, I mean, it's unfortunate, but yeah, it's crazy. People are
Nah, but
crazy.
it is true.
It's not right,
It is
but
true.
yeah,
Yeah, it is unfortunate, but it is true. So
you
they're
got
just
to
doing it
accept
because
a
they don't
certain
want him to come
percentage
in.
of, they accept a certain percentage of loss. I know they do. The big stores. There's so much
Yeah,
theft
yeah,
that
yeah.
happens from different people. I don't know why people do that stuff, but it happens.
Well, I watch like the YouTube videos about it and stuff, and when the police come to the retail place, they're like, please assess the value. Hopefully, it's over 1,600 or whatever it is locally, right? Because it's not even like really prosecutable under a certain amount of goods, and that's just how it goes. So that's the reason when they put this guy's picture up, they're just telling him they don't want to see him anymore. You know
Yeah,
what I
what they
mean?
can
Like
do, yeah, is
really,
trespass them from the property. Is what they can do. Tell them they're no longer welcome at that property. If they see them again, they'll just arrest them for trespassing. That's what they do.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, they're just making a statement. It's just new because they haven't done that around here. Where I come from, they do it all the time, and that is what they're saying. It's like, just don't come in here anymore.
Yeah.
It's kind of new here, so I guess they'll start doing it.
Yeah. I've seen some videos of some places in the country, shop owners taking that completely different.
Yeah,
Depends on what
yeah,
state
yeah.
you live in. Depends on what state you live in, you know.
Yep.
What's legal and what's
No, I
not.
mean a lot of people don't realize, even in the LA riots, right? The Koreans that came from Korea, they had like sort of required couple of years of military, and so they come here trained and everything else. So those business owners are the ones that got on top of the buildings and literally like sniped out their areas to protect their own personal businesses. And that was the LA riots of the 90s. Now, looking right now, I mean, there's a different thing going on out there. You got people purposefully, riding out there with weapons or even like flying Mexican flags and being antagonists. There's a lot of shit going on there right now. And
Yeah.
like I said,
Yeah.
I just hope they don't get damned for reporting it because there's no good
Well, the
end to
wrong
that sentence.
place. I mean, that's wrong place, wrong time. I mean, yeah, you're putting yourself in danger to even be there at all.
Yeah, but I mean, some of them live there. It's like it's
Yeah, yeah.
also they have sort of that.
There's that.
Yeah,
Those people
they
too.
sort of have
But
that.
some people came from all the way across the country to be there and stuff, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
but I'm
Well,
with you.
they
I'm with
sort of
you
have
for
that.
sure.
They have that commercial program where they're like, "Hey, you know what? If you just go ahead and fund your program back to where you came from, and then you tell us, we'll put you back in, on a come in sort of thing." And it's like, who can afford that? Like, you're not thinking they live there, they've lived there, they came there, they walked there, like you walked there. They can't really afford it, so good luck with that. And they're scared to call you. What do you mean they're going to call you and register with you? Hey, man, I'm going home. Put me on the list. I'm coming back soon. Really? I'm not giving you my phone number, man. I don't trust you. No way. So it's just too late, man.
Yeah, that's
I
a
hope people can get
nice.
peaceful about it.
Yeah. Our town handled it the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There was they said 1,500 of them were on the streets in 2 blocks, and a 2 block stretch on the main drag. There's
Yeah.
1,500
Yeah.
people with signs, and nobody got arrested. Nobody got hurt. You know, like I'm sure there was plenty of shouting from cars that were going down the street and whatever. You know, whatever.
Was
But
this on the No King's Day, the day before Father's Day? Because here there was nobody here. My father and I went to shop. Nobody
yeah, they
was
were
here.
there.
I mean, this is
They
all
were there for
liberal
that.
because these are government staffers. These are government
My town,
staffers. But they
my
left
town
here. They
is
went downtown. Yeah,
my town is over 80% liberal, or maybe
yeah,
90.
yeah. They went
It-
downtown, man. They left.
yeah, they're not happy with their president.
They went towards tanks, though. I mean, that's a reality. You know what I mean? Like, they have to count that in their minds. They went towards the National Guard. They went towards tanks. They went towards
Yeah, that's crazy.
danger.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
That's nuts. I've seen all kinds of footage that's just completely out of control people. I didn't see them anything in the footage where they were getting pushed. This one group was just straight up throwing rocks and bricks at these like
Yep.
this guy's Suburban or whatever and shit. Like they were jumping on the hood
Yep.
over and over. They weren't letting them travel.
Rocks
They weren't
and
even
bricks,
trying
huh?
to
Yep.
arrest.
Yep.
They weren't even trying to arrest those people. They were trying to just leave, and those people just kept on messing with them. They ended up getting arrested.
Yeah. I bet they did. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, even like with Tasha. I mean, actually, Jack. It's unfortunate that he's not still up because one of the things is like I just asked her, not less political but more personal thing about the brownouts there. They have brownouts in electricity in South Africa and they just suck it up. They just
Huh.
I mean that would never fly in America. Like, we've
Well,
had
yeah.
brownouts
And
even, when they did it like Halliburton and all that on purpose and shit and all the with those other guys, man. That big
like
company over there. Oh, Enron. when they were doing that
Yeah.
shit, the power company, they still had to make excuses instead of the citizens like just accepting it. I was like, it just wouldn't fly. So I was just asking something real personal, and it happened. And they just fucking let it go. They let it happen. It wouldn't be
Yeah.
like that here. It wouldn't be like that.
It's a crazy world we're living in, Joe.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a lot of shit going on. I don't understand. How are these? What about all these ICBMs flying over Iraq? Like, what the fuck is going
Yeah.
on? Those countries are like 1,000 miles apart or more, 1,300 miles or some apart, and they're launching ICBMs all over. And then you see that on the map that we have them surrounded from everywhere: the Mediterranean, we got them, the Gulf of
Right.
Omar, like all different places. And there's going to be
That's
ICBMs
what.
flying everywhere all over there. What the fuck?
Well, we have that eminent domain thing. So once we go and even build like a water spill for somebody, right? We build a military base and we keep it for the rest of our lives. Like, so we have that eminent domain thing. We actually are everywhere. The problem is, who are our government's friends? Is that's basically where the problem is. And they've taken the oil money, laundered it 14 times. They've taken the weapons money, laundered it 14 times. They run the international gambling rings, which should be locally illegal and still are locally, but they just run them. It's gangsterism, and because they're in bed. And we always just point at, like I said, like the cheap throwaway shit that's garbage that we get from China or whatever. We keep pointing at them, but they don't even have money like that. The oil
I
is where the
saw
money was, and it's where it
saw a
is.
video today that might have been real. It was showing a bunch of ICBMs launching out of Iran from a commercial jet, a commercial airliner, from their phone, and they could see like 15 of them in the air, and they could some of them on the. It was a video, I think, and they were firing the second stages and shit right there on the video, like, and they're in a commercial jet, like right there next to it. Like, what the fuck?
I need to see it, but like it just like I mean, my anxiety is like so high, but I believe you. You know what I mean? Like I need to see it, but
It's crazy. It's insane. Like
yeah,
what's
man.
all going on?
So
There's so
we're
much going on.
our country's supposed to be so allied with Israel, right? And now this new thing, how do we deal with that? How do you deal with that? That's pretty bad.
Apparently, they're going to try to eliminate. Well, they already did eliminate all the top leaders in Iran, except for the supreme leader. I think is the only one left now. But I don't know. They're messing around. They're messing around because look who Iran's friends with. Mother Russia.
Yeah.
Fucking best buddies,
Well,
man. You don't want to fuck that shit up. Yep, that'll piss them off. That's bad. I don't know. They're putting ourselves in a bad position. It's been coming for decades. I've been seeing it, Foreman. I'm sure everybody else has too. Their minds are much brighter than mine, and they got a lot more of them. So they've thought about all these scenarios over and over. I hope they know what they're doing, Joe.
I know, but again, I mean, look, I mean, between you and me, all the best minds in the world, I don't have anything to do with it, right? But I mean, all they've ever come up with is lock you up or take you out. It's like slap you down and tell you don't do that again. Next time, lock you up. Next time, take you out. It's like, is that all we have?
And
Is that all we have?
it rarely affects the elite, right? The upper class, the elite, is very rarely affected by war.
Nah, they're a protected class, man.
Yep, have been for hundreds of years, right, since our founding. Yeah, maybe longer. Have you seen all that stuff where supposedly they found somebody that like 30 some odd of the presidents are related to the same family?
I've seen things like that for sure. Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
forgot what the name
And
was, but
they say
they
that like
found
they use like not Barbara Bush, but the lady Bush, like the mother. I don't know. They say she's part of the family. I don't The George's mother.
George Senior. or HW.
Well, yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. So yeah, I mean that's crazy if they're all related or cousins or whatever. But
Well, the craziest shit is that like Bin Laden and shit, or met Bush at his ranch and shit, or shit like a long ass time ago or something. Like that
yeah,
shit's
yeah.
fucked up.
Oh, and by the way, when the airports were shut down, they did let the Bin Laden family leave. You know that is real.
I haven't heard anything about that, but I'm sure, like, yeah, for sure.
No, after
Hell yeah.
9/11, all the airports were shut down. The Bush family made sure that all the Bin Laden family could leave the United States. That's just fact.
Before they decided to announce who it was, right? Or who took.
It didn't matter.
I think
They
it
just
was all
even
fucking
though
made up.
everything was shut down, regulation.
It's such bullshit.
Everything
They
was
lied
shut
to
down
us on. I
regulatory except.
can't believe anything they told us, Joe. They lied to us on every level. You can see the detonations going off on the towers while it's falling and stuff. The little sights from the little explosions going off. Boom, 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 boom. Like they're detonated the building, dude. That fucking
Well,
shit cut those steel
jet
beams right
fuel is
in
gonna
two.
jet fuel is gonna burn up. It's not gonna go and go and go and go and go and keep
You know it won't.
like
It
a
won't slice steel right in half. No, that was done. They
no
think
jet
that, and
fuel. It'll burn up. It's like I
yeah,
could make you like fuel. I could make you a popsicle stick stand,
that was
right?
the that
Not
was the
girders
thermite.
of steel.
They used
Yeah, not
thermite to
yeah,
cut
yeah.
all the
I don't need
steel.
any thermite. I could just use popsicle sticks, not girders of steel, right? And I
And
could make it
there's some
maybe 12
people.
portions high and fill a
So the
balloon with
girders,
like jet fuel. It's not going to go all the
the
way down.
well, the girders in the building are all covered in concrete. So unless they were in there with
Right.
jackhammers like some night or weekend before, like construction crews installing all this thermite to cut the shit, some people say that the buildings were built with the thermite in the fucking walls already. Like it was planned to demo it at some point for money at one point or another.
Mm.
But
And
it's like
building 7 went down, and building 7 went down across
that
the
was
alley.
that was the cover up. That was the cover up some records or something. There was somebody in there or
Well,
some records.
same
Wasn't there
same real
some?
estate company. Yeah. Same real estate company.
Yeah. Well, it reminds me of Die Hard. What's that one with the dump trucks where they steal all the gold?
Hmm.
Is that Die Hard with the
Is that?
Vengeance with
Yeah,
Simon
I think it
Says?
is. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Simon
Yo,
Says.
what's up, monkey man? How you doing, bro? I'm not in StreamYard, or I mean, I'm not in YouTube. Otherwise, I would mod you up. I don't know if you are. It's good to see you though. Just hanging with Off Grid. Yeah, I think it was Die Hard with a Vengeance. They were grabbing all the
It's like,
bullion with
yeah,
putting
they're
them in black
blowing up
bags.
stuff here and there. Then they said they were going to blow up a
I,
school or something by a certain time if they didn't figure out the riddle or some shit. I don't remember. It was all mind game, but it was really just about diversion. It was all about diversion, is all it was. Keep them busy and do something else. I think that's what all this is right now that's going on with our inside of our own country is
hey
all
man,
diversional shit.
they had a sci-fi convention or something, right? And these guys stole all the money out of the cash room for people paying in, and they did it by dressing up like stormtroopers, stashing that shit in their uniforms, and walking in the little parade outside the con. And there's like a movie about it, but they had to like fictionalize the movie because it's a true story. Can you imagine, man? Like they just put all the money in their suits and just walked right in front of everybody and just went back into the parking garage.
Huh. Hell yeah.
But they did make a movie about it, which is probably a decent action movie, but they had to fictionalize it because it was real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's all kinds. I love those heist movies. Some of them are really good.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that, like Oceans is good.
Right. Yep. And that's a what do you call them? Rat Pack remake, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was an older
Yeah,
one, right?
with the Sinatra and what is it, Dean Martin and all of them. Yo, man. Hey,
Oh
happy
yeah.
Father's Day, monkey man. I'm so sorry that we're late on that one, but happy Father's Day, bro. And I will mod you up when I'm in
Oh yeah.
regular YouTube. I apologize. How you doing today, man?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Help, help, help. Help.
Oh yeah, well we got to pack something else up in the pipe here, or
I
smoke it
know,
or
man.
something.
I was looking at this. This shit is empty, man. So I'm gonna go into Keith. Actually, I'm gonna Keith in the gravity bond. I think that'll work.
Oh yeah, maybe I'll put a little hash on mine. I got a little left.
I'll use a Danny Thompson guitar pick to get my Keith out of this tray. So I got a
Oh
Danny
yeah.
Thompson. And the thing about this guitar pick, the best part, it's almost like Pulp Fiction. If somebody steals your guitar pick, right? You're just like, hey, yo, you steal my guitar pick. And he's like, which one? And it's like, oh, it's the
That
one that
one that
says
says
bad
bad
motherfucker.
motherfucker.
Yeah. So Danny's got these picks that say bad motherfucker on them. So if you lose your pick, it's the one that says bad motherfucker on
Fuck
it.
yeah, that's awesome.
He's smart.
Like your lighter, that'd be awesome. Get some lighters custom printed.
Yeah,
Says all
when
the
somebody
lighters say
takes
bad
it, yeah.
motherfucker.
But people take your picks all the time. That's why he did it. It's the one that
You might
says
want
bad
to.
motherfucker on it.
You would put that one back probably. It sparkles on. It's all gold and sparkly on the one side. The other side it says bad motherfucker. You're like, no, that's the wrong lighter.
So I hope I don't drop this, man. But I have full Just Keith bowl in this fucking
Holy
gravity,
shit!
or what I
Is that a
like to call
gallon, bro?
vacuum pump.
Bro, is that a gallon?
I think it's 52 ounces inside, but it's double insulated
Oh,
walls.
all right. It's
So it's a
humongous on the
nice
outside.
if you want a soda, like a trucker to keep cold,
Damn.
cool. But then it's
No, I
just
never.
it's just got a little
That's where. If you drink that,
Mountain
you're
Dew.
gonna have to piss. That's the problem. As a trucker, I never
Yeah, but
ever
it
like.
stays.
I would.
It's double insulated. It's double insulated. It stays for 15 hours. When I used to work at 7-Eleven, I would take this, go home, go to sleep, and then drink the rest of it later, stuff like that. Okay, this
Oh
one's
yeah,
all Keith, but I don't want to drop the apparatus.
that thing's a beast.
Here we go. Oh, that's it. That's it. Oh, it's all Keith. So that's it. That's it. Look, let's see. Okay. Okay. Not bad.
Oh yeah,
Not bad.
nice.
Gonna keep going. Gonna keep going. There we go.
I didn't find my.
You can tighten it and loosen it as needed. Here we go. That's perfect.
Sick.
It's all Keith. And that's the end of it. It's about empty.
I don't know where I did with mine. I got these two giant rocks of hash, and I have
Right,
no. I don't know what
right.
I did with them.
Sugar
They're
hash, sugar
humongous.
hash,
They're like
ice hash.
they're the size of golf balls.
Right on, right on.
I got
There we
two
go.
of
We're done. We're done. Woo. You know what it tastes like on my tongue off here? It tastes like I had like a spicy gum.
them. Hell yeah. That spicy.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, like spicy in the back of your throat or spicy on the tip of your tongue.
It's on my tongue. Like my tongue's all excited. Like I had one of those
Okay.
ginseng gums or something.
Like which kind?
It's
Like
weird.
which kind? Is it hitting here? Like on the sides of the front or the tip?
It's in the back. I mean, it's on the sides. Yeah, it's not the tip.
On
The
the
tip, I
sides?
guess, is like sweet and sour. Yeah, it's all
Yeah,
like
on the sides.
bitter. I guess bitter.
The sides is like green chili is on the sides of the tongue when you eat it. Like yeah,
So
and that
maybe
kind of
it's a
hot.
nightshade freaks, but it is all Keith.
It
I mean,
has.
that's 3 months of different
Oh, I
shit,
forgot what
though.
it's.
You know what I mean?
It's
Who
a certain.
knows what's
It's
in
a
there?
certain.
Umami?
That terp. That terp has a certain name. I forgot what it's called.
Oh shit!
It's the spicy one, and then the
Michael
bubble
Man
gum.
might know too, man.
Yeah, I forgot what it is, man.
Michael Man.
I need to get my terp wheel. I need to print it off. I found a real nice one last year and I took a screenshot of it, but it has like hundreds of different scents and it breaks it all down by types of scents in a big wheel. and it helps you identify like the scent of things or
Oh
the
yeah,
taste.
I work for as a warehouse manager, right, and a forklift driver. You know, glorified forklift driver, but a warehouse manager nonetheless. I worked for a lady, and we did aromatherapy, and we did it for like high end hotels and resorts and all that. So Mr. Tisserand, he's the master of aromatherapy, so he has an aromatherapy wheel, and he's the official. So she had like the CSS Tisserand official print like in the office. You know, it'd been years since any of that mattered to her. She was from Scotland. She was really cool, and you know, it was just her and her daughters, a very independent business. Yo, what's up, Crumble? It's nice to see you. Okay, well, here's one for you. Here you go. Here you go. Off grid. This one's clear to see. Yeah, it's the one that says "bad motherfucker." Yeah, that's my pick, man. That one. Yeah, so you need that on your lighter. It's the one that says "bad motherfucker." All
Yeah,
that's got
not
mustard on it.
one of the plastic wraps though. It's got to be like imprinted somehow into the surface. You got to like laser etch it out of there and then fill it with something.
Hey, Zippo it.
Right? Hell yeah, Zippos are
Yeah, you
badass.
can Zippo any design you want, bro. You can Zippo
I
that
have
right out of Pennsylvania. I think this one's a gold Pennsylvania right here. This is a good fucking lighter. It'll work forever.
hell yeah, I got a Zippo that I've had around forever. Like one of mine. I've had this since I was like 17 years old or something. Like
Yo,
23 years or
Crumble Wig,
something.
we got Alfred here.
This one's a camel anniversary lighter. 85th
Is
anniversary,
that a real Zippo?
1998. Yeah, it's a real Zippo. It's silver plated. It's rubbing through though to like the
Nice.
brass, but it's a silver plated one.
Nice.
It
So,
was camel cash.
well,
It ain't got no fluid
shit,
in it.
I haven't even touched my Zippo. Let's see. Yo, okay, there we go. You see? Yeah, I haven't even touched my Zippo. Yeah, oh yeah. I got it, man.
Yeah, I think you gotta close it. When you close it like this, you got it sideways and you pop it up and catch it. I used to play with those Zippos so much back in the day
You
when I
want
was
me
a
to?
kid.
You know what I used to play? I'll tell you what. I'll give you a hint. Right now, they look at these things. Right, the Ronthenols. See the red cap?
Yeah.
It's shit. You got to make sure
Oh
you
yeah.
get the blue cap. You know
There's
about
blue
that?
cap. No. I
Blue
think I have
cap.
red cap. Well, there's
Don't get
Zippo
the red
fluid
cap.
too, but Zippo fluid has a red cap, right? If you buy
Red
Zippo
cap in
brand.
a tin. Yeah, a red cap in a tin. But I've never
Oh,
used Zippo fluid because it's always been more expensive. But as far as the Ronson, you got to find the blue. You know,
I'm sure I
if
have some, but
possible.
I took all. It's in my shed. All my flammable shit's out of
Right?
the house. I don't have nothing like that in here.
You got
And all my
moonshine out
cooking.
there.
Nah, I
You got
guess my
moonshine
olive oil
outside.
moonshine. You know, gasoline and diesel and propane and all the spray cans and everything flammable. You know.
Oh, okay. Even the paint thinner is not drinkable. It's flammable.
Hell
No
no.
moonshine.
Nah, probably never again. Maybe I don't know. Probably that last time was too
Nah,
rough.
nah. And I'm good too, man. I have not been drunk in days. And I won't because it's too easy. Because
But
like
I didn't even
when
get drunk, Joe. That's the thing. Is that I was
you were
buzzed, but
getting there, you
I
were
got
getting
buzzed,
there.
but I didn't get drunk. But the next day, I almost didn't make it. like
You lost all of your like stomach lining, like for sure, dude. I swear you lost all the stomach lining you used to have. It's good for you.
I
In the
sweated
same
10
way you
pounds.
flush your stomach, I flushed my brain chemicals because I did 2 hits and then 2 hits and then 4. Flushed every
Mm,
good fucking feeling I've ever had out. And then I woke up not an alcoholic, you know. That's why I'm not drunk because it would be too hard for me to go back and start again and wait 4 days or 11 days to detox. I'm already detoxed.
right.
So I'm
That's
not
like
going to get
me.
drunk. Like I will stop. I found my cure too.
I had less than a half a beer in like 4 years or something before that. And I tried to go back to my old habits. I was like, I could do this. No. Nope.
Well, there you go, man. Look how wonderful.
Oh yeah.
It works like that out the gate, man. It's all good. Zippo is forever. Yeah, you can put whatever design you want on it.
Nice. Yeah, if they break, you can have it sent in repaired, is what I heard. The only thing that's really going to break would be the hinge. I mean, what else could really
Right?
break?
Yeah, for sure. For
They
sure.
just put another. You can buy more inserts. Like I think this is the
Well, I
original
have
insert.
everything.
I think they say on them, don't they? The year on the insert too, or is it just on the lighter? It's only on the lighter.
Is the what on the insert? Like Zippo mark? I don't know if the mark is on the inside. I think it is because I put real Zippo inserts into shit covers. Yo,
I
crumble
know.
weed, 3 years. That's cool, dude. I'm not alcohol free, and I'm not gonna be shortly. But I didn't get drunk, and I'm not gonna because I didn't need to. I had a different feeling. I flushed all of my fucking serotonin. I guess doing
What
all
does
that.
yours say? What does yours say on the bottom, Joe? I know there's a code. There's codes on here to when
Pennsylvania,
they're
dude. I think it
manufactured.
says Pennsylvania. I bet I
Yeah.
can't read it. It says made in USA. I think it's from Pennsylvania. It says
Bradford,
Brada
PA.
Scottsdale Jack 14B. It looks like it's fucking Cyrillic. And it's
Yeah, I got
gold too. I think it's pretty good.
my codes are J and 13, or is what it says. J, and then it has
Okay,
a
let me see
13
my
in Roman
codes about
numerals.
that. Hold on. I've got 14 and 8 instead of J. I have 8 and 14.
Maybe 8's 2008.
Made in USA, obviously. And it's gold too. Is yours gold tinged or silver tinged?
It's silver. Yeah, mine's silver plated.
So mine was just supposed to have like a red band around it. I used to have a bunch of stuff glued to it. You can see like glue left over.
Lighter. Oh, what's on the side of it? I think I remember that lighter when it was for sale. I might have owned one just
No,
like
I
that at
made
one
it.
point. Oh yeah.
Nothing's on the side of it. Nothing. It's just black. No, all the stuff I put on the front, I put on it. Except for the red band.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. And so there you go, man. It just and right behind me, I have a butterfly knife, a really practical pocket knife, and one of those spinning things from Zippo that gives you a new flint. And I
Hell yeah.
also have a proper Zippo. That's a Ronson. You got a Ronson.
I got 10 extra
That ain't
flints
a Zippo.
inside. What?
Oh, okay. I see it now.
10,
I see it.
There's 10 extra flints underneath on the inside. You can keep
Oh,
all your
like a
extra
mechanical
flints.
pencil where they just go up. Yeah, mechanical pencil where they just feed up.
Well, it doesn't feed
That's
up.
crazy, bro.
You just keep them down here in a pile, so you can. When the one runs out, you got more. You don't have to go searching for your
Okay.
little flint container. Just keep them inside your Zippo, and they do
Well,
fine and sitting
there's a
in the
reason
fuel.
I don't carry Zippo. I can carry a Zippo for 2 days, but the reason I don't carry a Zippo, for 2 weeks or whatever, or a fortnight or whatever, is because you also have to carry fuel. And I'm like, dude, I'm not carrying fuel. That's out of it. You know how Zelda, you can only carry 255 rupees, right? Because that's all your bag fits. How much fuel does it fit? In my world, none. Fuel must be gathered from where you land. That's the end of the story. I'll choke a bunch of gas cans, for a little bit of diesel, and we'll have a fire in moments. All the free pallets in the world. We'll have a
And
fire in moments, guys.
this case was bought separate later. I don't know how much later, like a lot later, 10 years later or something. I saw this Zippo pouch for sale, and I've oiled it a bunch of times and stuff, but it makes it good for carrying it on your belt.
Right on, right on.
The lighter upright. Carry it completely full of fuel.
Yeah. So it doesn't lose on you. Yeah, it is important to keep it upright. Yeah, you can. Some people have that like little jean itch because they just put it in their jeans and they're like, and they keep rubbing their thigh, and it's like because the oil is dripping all over you.
Little rash on their leg. They're like, why do I got this rash on my leg?
Because it's slowly seeping out and it's oily and it's stingy. I've seen that at work all the time, man. All the time. People are so freaking funny.
I found this badass phone, Joe. It's
Right?
brand new. It's brand new. I don't even think it's ever
Right?
been used. Oh, the phone says locked. Locked. Oh, like we were going to use it
Uh-oh.
anyway. Locked. Oh.
Call the police. Call the police. Because it does it Wi-Fi? Does it play Pac-Man? What does it do?
I
Can we
peeled the
Tetris?
plastic off the screen myself. You can tell from looking at the battery, this is a brand new phone. Like it's minty. It's minty. Like when was the last time they made flip phones?
They still make them for old people, and there's like a John Walsh program at Walmart too. It's a Samsung. Okay, I have a Samsung. Mine's probably
The
like
battery's all minty.
yeah.
It's brand new. But I don't think it can do anything. Maybe it can call 911. That's probably it. It's probably the only thing it can
Yeah,
do.
there's a button that says emergency ICE or whatever in case of emergency. Yeah, yeah. And there's actually like there's a GPS that's in it. There's a Pac-Man. Look up Pac-Man. I bet you can
Oh,
play
yeah.
Pac-Man.
Is there games on here? Let's see.
I bet you they got Pac-Man and Minecraft. I bet you. Not Minecraft, but Minesweep. Excuse me, Minesweep. The old, DOS game.
Where do you think it's at? Tools? No. Media center? No.
Game, man.
It might not. It doesn't have that. There's no games.
He's got the John Walsh phone, bro. You know what? You know what? I have to add to connect four to phones. They don't know how to do it.
I don't think it has any games, Joe. Usually they had games though. At least this little simple game. Alarm clock, stopwatch, notepad, world clock. That's it. Voice command. It did have voice.
Alarm clock's not even fun, man.
You remember
Damn, bro.
Or somebody's
No, usually those phones have Minesweep. You remember Minesweep?
New message. Text message. Remember when you had to punch it out? This is sick. This is sick. Like to make a word, you had to hit it like.
Yeah. Oh, off grid. I got so good, right? Like, I got so good. I would be like, 1, 2, 3, AB. Uh, 2 DE. You know what I mean? Like I could just do it without looking with one thumb and shit. And now here, when I do a touch screen, I'm like, like how come I was so good with one thumb on like A B C D E, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 L, like how come I was better on that? Like that was so hard, and this shit I'm just like, and I kick people out on accident. Why am I so much worse, man?
Exactly. Yeah. Happens. I don't know. Yeah, I was looking at that movie, the Terror in the Isles. I think that might be the next one up, huh?
Oh, that'll be awesome, man. It's got a bunch of clips. We've already talked about that Turkish prison movie where they were trying to smuggle hash. I do not consider that a horror movie, but it's on there.
Oh, there was all kinds of these. It was like Terror in the Jungle, Terror in the Wax Museum, Terror in the stuff. There's more than one of these. There's like 3 or 4 of them. Terror in the different things.
Well, that's crazy, man. I need to see the rest, bro. I need to see the rest,
I saw them on eBay when I typed Terror in the Isles and all this other shit was popping up.
It might even say $1 video or whatever. The place I got it from was a $1 place when I got it. It might even say because their rentals were only $1, and that's why I bought them. I was like, dude, I'm not renting it for $1. Let me just buy it.
This is it looks like original tape. It was a rental. But it looks like this is a 1984 version. Like it was a 84 release. That's what it says on the tape. And box.
Yeah, but I rented it.
The box says 85
from Manassas. I rented it, or I bought it from Manassas, Virginia, when my parents moved there. My parents and I, they were getting their house built, and we moved into a couple of apartments before. Yeah, that's the place. Video Connection, right? Video Connection.
Yeah.
So that was a $1 place. Like outside of the place, it really said like $1 video. It didn't say Video Connection. So it was a $1 rental place, lowest rent you could beat. You know what I mean? And yeah, we moved out there in this apartment before their shit was being built.
It's got all the names of all
the
scary movies. And the skull all written all small. It's got all the names of all the scary movies.
I know. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Midnight Express, Scanners, Dawn of the Dead, Dr. Frankenstein, Jaws, Poltergeist, Alien. That's pretty cool. There's so many there. There's probably, it says there's 70 something on the back, I think. Over 70.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I need to find a DVD version of that. I mean, I'm glad you have it, but I've seen it like it was one of those. My father bootlegged it off of probably HBO or something onto Beta, so I watched that at home several times.
Yeah. I
You
could
want to
probably
play?
upscale.
You want to play
I
that
could
trick?
Okay, I'm ready to get my ass kicked again, I guess. We got a
It's
rock,
your
paper,
turn.
scissors for
It's
the
your
who goes
turn to
first
go
or what?
first. Nah, you go first.
Number one.
I usually switch with whoever went last. I just go first each other time. Pick a color.
Yellow. I can see it.
Yellow. Okay. This is 1, 4, 5, and 7.
Number one.
Yellow. Smartest move I can make because it squeezes you out of 4 this way, and it is the most mobile move. Your turn.
Number seven.
Number 7. Still can't go that way. Now, what's the problem with that? You can go that way. Let me go here. Wait, that's your color. Hold on. I fucked that up. I apologize.
I was like, that's my move. That's what I want. Perfect job, Joe. Yes. Yes, Joe. Nailed it.
Damn it, I am not. I don't intend to cheat you, so I promise that this is correct. Again.
All right. Still going to go with that on top of that. Top of you.
You're going to top it.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Number 7.
There's 2 different chips in here. I got a new set. The Milton Bradley set is better, but those other guys bought them over.
Nice. Oh, yeah.
So, I'm sorry. I got to take a second on this. This one is scaring me a little bit.
What happens when you get to the top again?
When you get to the top,
Yeah, does anything happen or you just can't drop it in there no more?
yeah, you can't go up here if that's what you mean. I mean, once you run out of,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
you got Colony
Okay.
and Rose. Once you run out of Rose, we can't go up here.
I see what you did there. Oh, that's sad. Okay. Let's go for number 2.
Okay. Excuse me for that time. You're going for number 2 over here by my orientation. You're yellow. Boom.
Yep.
And you saw what I did and you thought it was unfortunate. Well, if I block you here, I'm just doubling myself. So I'll just double myself over here.
Let's see. Number 3.
Something going fine.
Number 3.
Number 3. All right. 3 in a row. 3 in a row. This is not tic-tac-toe.
Easy, meanie, easy, easy. Oh, okay. Number 2.
Number 2. I'll take 3 there, Jay.
Oh, shit. Let's go for number 5.
That's exactly where I would have went. That's exactly where I would have went. I don't care.
Number 3. There it is. Yeah, and you crushed me from the other way too. I couldn't get the forward. And yep, that was a double move. That was a good one. I tried to get you from more than one angle, but you know, you can only drop one piece at a time, so it's hard to get the surprise on the other person.
So, in all honesty, once you get up there, whoever goes first should win. You know what I mean? So you were close. You were close, but you should win. Because even me and the computer, I win sometimes 4 out of 5 on a day, even though he's
Right.
perfect. But if I get to go first, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's because we both know the game. I don't know it specifically because I want it to still be fun. I want it to still be fun.
Yeah, I tried to win on two sides instead of just on one. That definitely lowers the odds, right?
Look
Yeah,
at
there's
your diagonals, right? Because that's how you're gonna win, and put them in a trap where if they don't drop it, you'll drop it. I'll go straight if you don't let me go diagonal.
I think maybe we played 3 times now, and well, you beat me all 3 times, but the 2 of the times you beat me with diagonal.
Right, right. One thing you're never gonna win on is straight up. So don't try to win on straight up. You're a fool because that never works. And I call that the stairway to heaven concept. You can't climb, you have to take the stairs. You can't go straight to heaven, you have to take the stairs. That's what I say. So that's why you'll never win on a straight up unless somebody's
Nice.
distracted. Unless somebody's distracted. It's a simple game, it's only 4, but you
I
can
went
see
and
it
got my
online. That's the cool.
I went and got my wood permits today. The office was finally open to get them, and
Okay.
I got 20 cords of wood permits for $20. So it's
Okay.
like $1 a cord, and a cord is 4 foot by 4 foot by 8 foot long. Like, it's a lot of wood. That's a full
Oh,
on
8
truckload.
foot,
You
huh?
don't even want to
Yeah.
put you don't even want to put that in a regular half-ton pickup. It'll kill it. Especially with your
Right.
guys' wood. You guys got heavy wood over there. But
Yeah, we have it's mostly pear trees, dude. They never dry out, I don't think. I don't think pear trees ever dry out. I mean, like not in our lifetime, right?
fruit wood's heavy. Fruit wood's real heavy. People it's worth a fortune though, depending on what kind it is for smoking meat and stuff. Like, fruit wood
Dude,
can be
over
worth
here,
like $600,
because we live in
$800
the
a cord.
corner. Man, we live in the corner. There's so much land here, it has not been seen since the 70s. I swear to you. Like, you could just walk over here and it's all lush because it's all basically used to be a river, kind of swampy. You know what I mean? So it's all lush over here and nobody's touched it since the 70s. We're in this corner, in a couple of corners over here. These birds over here do not understand that they live on a highway. That's why he just made a fucking nest right here in the last 2 days. Like, they're comfortable right here next to
I should make
me. Like, I'm supposed
I should
to.
make some bird. I need to make some birdhouses. I need them on like the side of my outhouse and on the back of my shed, and give them a few spots. Maybe they'll use them. Maybe they won't.
They
Give
they
them
made a
enough.
nest. I'll tell you what it looks like. Here's one of these. This is what one of those buckets look like. It's just a planter. It's like this lacy bucket, and
Uh-huh.
it's just another. It's a yellow colored one, and they made an entire nest in it like over the last 2 days. And I saw these birds coming up here, and it looked like they were chewing tobacco because they had all this fucking brush in their beaks. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
that's what they were doing, and now they fucking have it, and they're done. And it's like it's a
Yeah,
whole bush that they made.
it'll only be a
I have to
couple.
just
Yeah,
leave them alone, dude.
it'll only be a few weeks, and the little babies will be out of there.
That's cool. That's cool. It freaks me out, man, but that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, they'll be fun. You'll be hearing them out there peeping, and you'll know they're out there while you're sitting there. You're like peep 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 peep, all screaming for mom.
They're gonna scare me, but it's okay.
They don't want to mess with you. Just don't. Yeah, as long as you don't mess with their nest at all, mom will, try to get flighty with you if you try to mess with the babies, probably. But
Right,
just leave them
and
alone.
I
They'll
already
be
have this.
fine.
This is what I mean. I already have this relationship with the damn wasp, and he's like a watch. He's like a watchtower wasp. His family has been here every year. You know what I'm saying? And like he comes in here kind of stumbling. I told you about how he backs up and backs up until he hits shit. But I
Mm.
mean, it's so weird that they're like program from last generation. Like Grandpa says, come back here, you man this post, and he comes back. Like, what are the chances of that? When people talk about not believing in aliens or whatever, I'm like, no, there's a lot more bushes and butterflies in this world than there are planets and stars and blah, blah, blah. A lot more butterflies and bushes. And they find their way back to the same one, and you're worried about an alien being weird. That's not weird. If that shit happens here, that's not weird. The chances of that are much, much better. How many butterflies and bushes are in the world? How many planets and stars? It's not even
It
weird to me,
reminds me.
man. The stuff they do.
Yeah, I think that more people, like the people that are in charge right now, need to be looking at that guy's book, the one that called Blackbirds to Butterflies.
Oh yeah, yep. I heard about that. Yep.
They need to see more of that. Like, like just
Yeah, and they talk. Isn't that where they talk about the?
get away.
Isn't that where they talk about? Like what do you call it when they shine? The effervescence or whatever. Like they have coats that attract the females and all. Like the males walk around with the big furry coats, and they attract the
It's,
females around.
I guess what I was referring to is this guy used to be a SR-71 Blackbird pilot, and he used to take photos of those birds that was illegal photos, but they let him take them because it was his buddies in charge, and he loved taking photos. And then the guy started, after retirement, got away from that, and then he loved taking photos of nature, butterflies, like
Right.
get away from the war machine and just be thankful for everything we have around us, the beauty of nature. I think
Right.
they're losing it. They're losing it. They're losing touch with nature. That's what happened. That's really the answer.
For sure.
Like everything that's going on in the whole world is that we lost touch with nature. That's what.
I'm losing your voice, man. Hold on. Let me see something. Hold on. Let me check your audio. Maybe you're losing. Hold on. Check. Do you like red or white sauce? Come on, that's what I always say. Check.
I like Christmas sauce. That's red and green.
All right. You sound good now. Yeah, it's like that auto thing, or else we're just experiencing problems,
Could
which
be
YouTube had admitted to.
maybe noise canceling was doing something. Who knows? I don't know how you turn that on or off.
I turned the auto adjust off. I turned the auto level off. Yes. There we go. Smack, and I can hear it. Yeah, it's not canceling. It's good. And I'm gonna pump you up a little bit. Here we go again. There we go.
All right.
I took the auto
Mike,
cancel.
Check 1 2 1 2.
It sounds good over here, man. Cut, mark
So
it.
I did a little. I recorded myself on a few karaoke songs using my second phone and whatever.
Okay.
And the audio is crap. I need a better mic. The mic is, and I guess I don't have a way to. I need to have a way to mix it better or something.
That's the way we were talking about it last night, and when you said that your tones weren't coming out, well, they are for speech, but that's it. Yeah, you can't really sing. You're not going to get a rounded tone,
It's not coming.
You need to get a mixer on there,
Well, yeah, if you hooked it all up that way, yeah, through the laptop or something.
But even through your phone, I told you, like, even on a Samsung like I have, I think in the power port they'll give me a splitter that I can hook up microphones to and stuff. I can have a lav mic and a side mic and stuff, and I'll be like, "Can you hear the music?" Or whatever.
I'm sure they don't cost that much. Well, as long as we can still get stuff from China. Otherwise, it's going to be very expensive.
Yeah.
Like
well, if you know how to
Sennheiser or whatever.
At least you can if you any kind of condenser mic, right? But if you can resolder stuff, then it's okay. Because sometimes in China, they literally just put like hot glue as your connection. You have to know how to fix shit later.
I dropped one of these earbuds and the little wire popped off of the little tiny circuitry board inside just from the impact. And I
Yep.
was able to pop it apart with my pocket knife and get in there, and with tweezers and a lot of time and patience, I was able to get it pushed back onto its little spot. It was hard to do. It was a little thing. And then I put it back together and it worked. I was like, wow, it's amazing. It's a miracle.
My wife's father, like, I didn't think I would ever meet him even by the time that we were married, but the first like 3 Christmases after we did meet him, I was over there and he was dealing with his digital camera. It was the same digital camera, and he was like, it keeps saying no card, no card. And I'm thinking it's your SD card is not making connections. So I waited, and then the third year I just took like a matchbook, I took a matchbook and I tore the corner off of it and I put it behind his SD card so that it made a connection. Then I closed the door back up, and he was like, "You fixed it," because I
Oh,
knew it
yeah.
wasn't making connection. So I just took a piece of paper and put it behind it.
I just saw something over here and I don't know what it was. There was totally a flash of light, like a glass, like a windshield or window or something through my back window here.
Right. Keep looking, man. Keep looking. You don't want that guy walking around picking his teeth, being all comfortable.
That was messed up. I told my neighbor about that, and he's like, "Well, he's like, yeah, that's pretty crazy." He said he's crazy. If there is somebody there.
I hope a bird dropped a toothpick. It probably, it didn't have to be.
Last night got me nervous. I went out there with the baseball bat last night. There,
Right?
all of a sudden, I hear what sounds like a mountain lion outside my door, bro. I got the screen open. I'm trying to cool it off, and I hear like this big fucking cat. Fuck! I look out there, and this mean old neighborhood cat's out there with the scarred up all face and shit, all hard, like. And Woody's looking at him. And Woody's like, "What the fuck?" And
right, yeah. I'm not competing at that level right now. Yeah, I don't box at that level.
Right, get out of here, cat! He ran off quicker than shit. You can't catch a cat. Yeah, right.
Right. Yeah. You gotta scare them, like beat the ground, or beat their nose. Whatever you gotta do.
Like that wild cat right there could take out one of my small chickens. Easily. One of the little ones could just carry it right off if it got into the coop.
No, I'm saying, if you have to punch them right in the nose with your bat, that's what you do, and they run away, and they're live.
The sad part is that it's because its owner's not feeding it. That's why the cat's running around. I know whose cat it was.
Oh, the one who was eating the plants too, and then you told her, and she was like, "Yeah, I know."
I don't know. I don't know if that's the same cat that's been out there eating my stuff. I don't know. It's possible that that's what's been eating the stuff in my garden because it's hungry.
You're just a very forgiving person. You're a very forgiving person.
But if Gus was out there and that strange cat was out there, I think Gus would probably chase the cat off too.
Right. Yeah, but like I'm saying, that's a domestic. You can't catch domestics. You can't do anything. Like, you're not allowed to defend yourself. It's kind of messed up. That means that it's her responsibility, you see.
No, not the close neighbor. That's a different cat. That cat comes over here too. This is a different cat from the other direction. This is like the one that'll probably kill that other cat if it was to find it.
When
just because
that one cat's coming for the vegetables, and then the beat up cat's coming for the meat.
That cat might have been coming for Woody because it smelled him.
Right. Right. Yeah, for sure.
Coming to fight Woody. And Woody was sitting inside the screen. Like, yeah, it was a good thing that, Woody's the inside cat. Because he can't deal with that. He's not a street.
You were just leaving it for airflow, right? You were just leaving it open to breathe. Yeah.
Woody's not from the streets. He don't know. about fucking shit
He's not
at all.
Heathcliff. He's not Heathcliff
Dude.
Cat, man.
He would just roll over on his belly and then get smashed. Like, it wouldn't be good.
That's so
He's a
sad.
good boy. He's a good boy. He would never fight. He wouldn't want to. He would just try to run away. He would never. Doesn't want to.
Yeah, me neither, man. Me neither.
Try to protect these
So I
critters
guess
from
I put
that.
up with these damn birds.
Protect these critters from that kind of life, They don't need that shit. Keep them fed and warm
Oh
and happy.
yeah, like my kids. Yeah, like my kids. My kids are all soft and everything, and that's good. That's what they're supposed to be.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Hopefully they never learn about how hard fucking life can be. Yep. That's the goal, right?
No, and they got back up, and like that's the deal. Like even though, I mean, they got back up forever, so they'll be fine. They can do whatever they want. Uh-oh, I need more than that, man. Trying to grab from the right bag. Off grid, when are you going to beat me at Connect Four? I know now you're getting more of a understanding of the game, and
maybe if you like, if all of a sudden it turns into that other game where I get like 3, you play some other kind of games for tokens, and then that's how many you get to play in a row. If I get to play like 3 in a row, maybe I'll be able to get you.
Oh shit!
It's like
Oh,
ball
you're saying
drops.
you need a bonus round?
I'm like 2, 5, 6. Like, ha ha ha.
Super
And then you get one.
Super Mario 3 with like a gambling room, a little mini game or something.
Some side games to decide how many you get to drop, and then you get the same thing to decide how many you get to defend with. It's like dice rolling. Just roll some dice.
The reason I was able to poke it out, they do have some other weird games that you can play with these kind of modern Connect Fours. They have like they have pop out games and stuff like that.
I saw some kind of homemade game today, and they didn't want to try to believe me what it was. At the thrift shop, they had this thing. It has a sign on it that says, "Tell me what this is if you know what it is." Well, it was like a flat
Right.
board, and it had 5
Mm-hmm.
drilled kind of holes over here and 5 on the opposite side over there. And there was 2 kind of ramps going up like this that were wood sticks. And you could change the angles of the wood sticks, like with different holes at the bottom and some screws or whatever.
Okay.
And it had leather on top of the wood running down the ramps on either side on the tops of the ramps. It had leather strips on top, and it had them 5 holes. And I told them, I know what that is, but I don't. There's more to the game. We don't have the other part. I told him, see those 5 holes? It looks like 5 marbles that go there on each side. You're missing the marbles. You need 10 marbles, and then there's something else like a mat or something that this goes on, and you drop the marbles from the top, and you're trying to get them to stop at a certain point or on the mat or something. There's like, because it's a thin little thing, you're rolling it down. Like, so it's first off, it's probably hard to even get the marble to go all the way down. It was some kind of homemade game,
it sounds like,
and you could change the angles, like how hard it was to.
Yeah, but the base of that game with its 5 marble start or whatever. If you think about it, and you've probably seen this pattern, it's like the Parcheesi. It's probably a Parcheesi.
Oh yeah, is that? It's probably is that a game?
It's a 5 marble game with an X in the middle. You know what I mean? It's like a sunshine X in the middle. And so my German relatives, they called it dirty board. They called it because they made their own. So they had to like grind their own little 5-point, specs for all the marbles. They called it dirty board. But the game, when you get it at the store, is called Parcheesi.
Well, the flatter the angle, the more impossible it is to get it to roll all the way down the ramp, right? If it's steeper, you can roll it down it. If it's flatter, it's like,
well, they
how
didn't
the
have
hell?
they didn't have a 3D version. No, they just had sort of a one at a time version. They didn't have a 3D version, but it was like a cross, like a sunshine pattern, and then everybody's starting points are 5 marbles.
There's like no gutters or nothing on the sides. It's just the leather strip, and it's only like a 1/2 inch wide. It'd be so hard to even roll the marble down the little ramp if it even can make it, You'd have to have the game just perfectly level on a perfectly level table and shit.
Well, if if you could identify it, what were they offering you?
Oh, I don't know. I should have told him what I thought it was, huh? Because I almost had it figured.
At least, yeah, at least throw a guess. Yeah, at least throw a guess, man.
I went up there and told him, I said, I think it's a game, and there's supposed to be marbles there. I said, you're missing part of it. Like, I don't, the rules ain't there. And,
Right.
we don't know. Maybe all you had to do was get them one marble to roll down the ramp the whole way.
Right.
Standing an egg on end, like you can do that at the solstices, right? Or at the spring, at the equinoxes, at the spring and fall equinoxes, you can stand the egg on the end real easy.
What happens if you boil it? Does that destroy it?
You probably can't stand a boiled one on end. No, it's just a not cooked one. But yeah,
That's amazing.
Equinox. I remember doing it in school. Several of us were able to do it. Not everybody. you gotta have a gentle finger to let go of it.
Man. You're the one who folded your paper 7 times in half. It's not quite the record, but it's more than the 6 that most people can do. So it's pretty damn cool.
Like the rest of the year, it's near impossible, especially with these critters moving around and the wind blowing outside stuff. House has to be super stable, and the magnetism or something is stronger on those days that helps it stand up.
Right. Well, I guess, the only thing I could say is maybe there's more metals in the yoke, because it doesn't take much metal to make like a compass work, right? And so if more of the metals are in the yoke is going to go, being pulled to the gravity of the earth, right? Pulled down. And that would mean you could probably stand it up, right? That's what I'm thinking.
I've never been able to do it on any other day.
Damn it. Off grid the other day, man, I was desperate hungry in the middle of the night after doing streams and shit. And I went and I beat up 3 eggs and I put them in like a storage, like a Chinese container. And I was just cooking them in the microwave, not good food, but food. Nah, man, I'm getting halfway through it and I'm slowing it down so that I can stir it up and then slow it down and stir it up. One of them's fertilized out of those 3 eggs. So I got this streak of that shit. And I was like, and I didn't eat for the next 12 hours. I just threw it away.
Yeah, it sucks when you get a bad egg. But it ruins your everything. The whole meal, whatever, if you cracked it in there and tried to. Oh, I didn't eat it,
but yeah. But it was a fertilized egg. I was out. I was fucking out.
Sometimes not fertilized eggs have a little bit of blood in them. It's not fertilized. It's just like something happened, like ruptured a blood vessel when it was
actually caught the period. I got a period.
It's like it ruptured a blood vessel during the formation or something, and it doesn't hurt the chicken. It's not bad for you. Like sometimes if it's just like a little spot of blood and there's no like bean forming, it's not a chicken. It's just the chicken had a problem when the egg was getting made. I've seen it a few times.
I was done. I could not eat that, man. I wrote a little like comic strip about like, some kind of, some kind of rooster getting in the hen house, a little comic strip I wrote. And I was like, oh my gosh, now it's my curse. Now I have a fertilized egg in front of me. Because the whole joke of that was, that's what it was. Is like one guy had a way in. But I was grossed out. I couldn't eat tomorrow.
I don't think my little rooster can't do nothing. He only weighs like a half a pound. He tries to jump on him, or he tries to jump on him. He just gets thrown off every time. He's like, they're like, and then the one just keeps going after him and like already taken out some of his feathers. The lead hen is going after this little roo because he's got an attitude. He's like, he walks around like all strutting and stuff like this with his chest all puffed out all the time.
He's a boy, man. He
does this little dance like this when he's walking. He's like,
and now he's got his feathers which means that girl, she might like him. Be careful later.
She's a little old for her. She's like 12 or something now, or 13.
I know it's gonna be a cougar on him. Jump
I don't
on
know
him.
how long a hen can live. She's got to be nearing the end. She still looks good.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know. You don't know the lifespan?
And she still makes some eggs here and there, but she's in charge of the rest of the hens, so you can't just get rid of her, even though she doesn't lay very many eggs. She's the head of the pecking order. Can't mess up the pecking order.
Well,
That changed the whole balance of everything. Somebody else is going to be in charge then. Whoever, I don't know which bird it would be, but one of them would be. It would change things.
right, right. I've always wanted a tarantula, man, but I guess I have a stock of birds over here. So I'll deal with that first.
I got tarantulas here. Last night there was a scorpion. I opened the door and there's a scorpion right outside it was on the wall right outside the door.
Dang.
I was like, oh,
Yep.
shit, you little bastard. Climbing the wall, and then it went down on the
Yep.
rocks, and I was like, get away from there. And I shined the light on it, and it crawled underneath my doormat. And I was like, son of a bitch, I'm all stomping on the doormat. I have no idea if I got him or not. I went back in the house. I was like, fuck that. Like, well,
like next time I see you, you're going on the grill. Next time I see you, you're going on the grill. You're gonna be grilled too.
Like they're not supposed to be here. It says that if you look it up online, Google says that they're in southwest New Mexico. Like that's where I've seen them.
Man,
but it's warm enough. It's been warm enough the last few years.
When I was growing up, I walked to a church right by where I lived, by like a bog that was off of some little river, and there was a literal copperhead walking. You know what I mean? Like a copperhead was walking through the parking lot, dying. You know what I mean? And people were like, "They're not supposed to be here." I'm like, "No, they're here." And then look deeper, and they're like, "Oh yeah, they're here." And I was like, "No, you think I would have confused that shit? It looked like a sphinx. A copperhead looks like a sphinx walking around. You know what I mean? Like I didn't confuse that when I was a little kid. I was like, "Nah." And then they looked it up, and they're like, "Oh yeah, oh yeah." So yeah, there's a lot of things that aren't supposed to be there.
Yeah. Yeah, like the prairie rattlers don't have a very big head, but it is the shape. It's a triangle shape. It's just small. It's really their head's only like this big. Is like a pretty big one. Their head, like they got small little neck too. Like even the bigger one that I got.
What's it sound like? Is it the same? Yeah.
Which one?
I mean, is it the same or is it different? From a larger rattler.
Oh, it's different. Yeah, there's Western Diamondbacks here, rattlesnakes.
Okay.
They're more in the mountains though, but they get way bigger. They get like 7 foot and like huge, big fat snakes, like even bigger. Like some of them, monsters. Like, oh shit,
Wow.
they've been recorded to be like 10 feet long or 11 feet long. Like it'd be I had one. I couldn't tell you how long it was, but it was coming right at me one time up in a hike in Colorado. We were hiking up this ravine, and there was all these deer carcasses were all over the ravine. We were like, what the hell? Maybe it was a mountain lion ravine or something where he kept dragging the deer over and over, but it was like all these carcasses were up there. All these carcasses are up there, and we're like, this is really cool. And we're headed up there, and I'm in my sandals, my Choco sandals, so there's no toes on them at all. They're just the world toes out in the world, no socks. And we're headed up this steep ravine, and I'm in front, my buddy's behind me, and I look down, and there he is, the biggest fucking rattlesnake I ever saw in my entire life, and it was coming straight for me. And he got like within 1 foot of my big fucking toe. And he was coming right down that same steep ravine that we were coming up. He was coming right down it. Whatever reason, he thought maybe we was a little mouse. He was coming to attack, kill. He was in kill mode already. And he had the higher ground. This motherfucker had three S's coming at me. That's what I saw. I jumped in so fucking hard, dude. I jumped immediately like I didn't even know where I was jumping. I jumped
Right.
like probably
Right.
like 20, 25 feet, probably back down the mountain, like 15
Yeah.
feet of elevation, like way back behind me, like 30 feet behind me. And I turned in the air and smashed my leg on this big rock and just took off sprinting. And this other guy's like, "What's going
Whoa.
on?" I said, "Run, run." First he was like, "Huh?" I was like, "Run," and he fucking ran. He
Yeah.
followed me.
Yeah. My wife and I are like, if somebody starts going that way, you just run. You don't ask why. You follow. You go. You know, like you go downwind. Don't
Yeah,
ask.
I could have broke my leg, jacked myself up real bad. Then he would have got me again if I fell down. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
it was
It sounds
bad.
like you probably kind of did jack yourself up on that rock you
It
fell
was
on.
like,
You know,
here's
probably
this
did.
far, this part of my big toe, man, easily. And with all those curls the way he could have struck me easy. Like they can strike their whole body length. Like he was within a
Oh yeah. Oh
fucking
yeah. Oh yeah. If
foot.
you're
I was like,
4 foot in front of any of
ah,
those, you're in trouble. If you're four
ah.
feet in front of them, you're in trouble. Because even if they're shorties, they can strike twice. So if you're
So
4 feet in front of them, you're in trouble. Yeah.
we never finished that hike up that ravine ever. I never went back up there. And then I heard stories from other people that area is a snake pit. Like, don't go there. There's snakes everywhere. Like, if you're going to go in
Right.
Colorado and go hiking in the woods, go above 10,000 feet elevation. 10,000 feet and up. That's where you want to go camping, not down low. Don't do it. It's
Oh yeah.
Snakeville.
They're
Snakeville.
suffocated
All
out.
like,
Yeah, they're
yeah, all
suffocated
from
out at
the,
that higher elevation.
yeah, from like 7 to 10,000 feet is all their snakes there.
Whoa,
I have never seen
goddamn
one.
man! Thanks for that advice.
I never seen a snake at 10,000 feet. So I've seen lizards, but I never seen a snake.
Yeah.
They probably, every winter it gets too cold up in those places too for them to want to overwinter.
Mostly where I came from in Maryland, we see lizards, we see snakes, but they're all garter snakes and like skinks, and they're all like harmless leaf eaters. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I don't
So
live in. I want to go visit Australia because it's such an amazing
yeah,
place. But like at the same
absolutely,
time,
bro.
look how dangerous it is. All the different animals they got, the different animals and the different environment that we know nothing about as Americans. Like they grew up there, so but we don't know shit.
Yeah,
Like,
and
it's a
and they
crazy
don't
place.
have weed. They don't have weed, man. You know, so I asked some of the people with a little bit more education, well, what did they used to do, like seeds and shit? And they were like, yeah, like seeds and shit, because they don't have native weed at all. You know, so
Yeah,
it's kind of been a tough road. It's still a tough road, and the government now will give them like medical, but it's up to them whether they give you a gummy or a flower, and you know that's
yeah, it's
bullshit.
really
You know
interesting.
that's
Like
bullshit.
it's
You
one of
know,
it's one of the most ancient continents.
yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting
I mean, they have plenty of
geology.
other. They have other plants. They have other plants that they brew up and get off on. You know that is what it is. I'm just saying they don't
Oh, yeah.
have like cannabis or an indica. You know.
Yeah, I wonder what. I don't know nothing about the laws down there. I know some people grow it and smoke it down there, though.
Oh yeah,
There's a whole Aussie community on the cannabis here on YouTube. Haven't
heck
seen
yeah,
some of them
man.
for a
Heck
little
yeah.
while, but they're out there.
Yeah, they have famous strains just like any regional. They have famous strains just like anybody.
Right. One year I grew some ruderalis. It was like the most crappy plant you could ever grow, and it only got like this big. It was like
Yeah,
it made flour. I've made flour that was like a rock. You
yeah,
could have hit it
yeah,
with a hammer. You
yeah.
could have hit it with a hammer. It didn't have a single
That's crazy,
trichome on it.
man.
Yeah, I didn't have a single
Oh yeah.
trichome on it. I was
So
like,
what do you do with it? Make a
I
tea? What's good, Space Monkey?
I smoked it just to see, and no, it didn't do shit. But I did let it grow out.
Oh,
It went all season and was like this little plant.
my friend got like some site like suitcase full of like marshmallow leaf and datura and every kind of bullshit thing and like this whole suitcase full of stuff, and we smoked all of that stuff. It was so funny. It was just like a pinch of this and a bit of that. We should have just been taking notes to at least get something out of it. But we smoked all these weird jungle plants and stuff.
Oh yeah, I had some bud I called jungle weed one year because that was based
Yeah,
on where it was. That was based on where it was grown.
yeah.
It was some jungle weed. It had
Oh, by the
the
way,
taste of it,
OB is out back. OB is
right?
out back off grid.
Right?
Yeah, out back off grid. I mean, like that means back there.
Right? Right?
Not everybody knows that,
Miss
man. That's pretty
Jean,
cool.
Miss Jean.
Yep, I got a
Hey
gene.
Jean.
I definitely got a gene hair on my
Yeah.
geological on my Starlight.
No, you go lay down, Mister Gus. Hey, Gus, you're messing. Yeah, I know you're messing.
Not
He's
much,
messing.
Space
Look at
Monkey.
him.
How you doing, my man?
You're
We're chilling
messing.
still.
What are you doing, Gus? Go lay down. He just attacked me. Straight up. He didn't like I was gonna give Gene pets. He's jealous. It's a jealous old boy.
Right? Not fair.
Well, it was just me and him for more than 7 years.
Right. Right.
Before I mean there was Woody, but Woody was family right away pretty much. Like within a couple weeks, Gus already knew. Yeah, he likes Jean. He likes her so much that he don't want me touching her.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
He's like, get away from her. Don't touch her.
I got Afghan hemp papers from the spot. These are really good. They're $1.99. They're really awesome, man. Oh, Poppy
Hell
Carl's
yeah.
hanging in. Hell yeah, that's
Afghan
right.
hemp
What's going on,
papers. You got some. I haven't tried those yet, Joe.
man?
The hemp papers.
No, they're not. I don't know if they're widely distributed, but they're Afghan hemp and they're $1.99 at my shop. We got this is beautiful girl who lives in the other building or whatever, and she's the one who sold them to me. But I went there on purpose because we got a couple of choices of smoke shops, but these are good papers. I like them, and they're $1.99. What's going on, Poppy Carl?
We got a beer.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Corona.
Yeah, I got a 12 pack of Bud Light.
I said what?
I said, yeah, I got that Corona and a 12 pack of Bud Light.
Oh, I thought you were only gonna do fucking seltzers, man. You're mad?
Well, it's light. It's light enough.
True.
For heavy.
Stay.
So, I had to bail out when you were on with Gut Rot, but you were doing another part of that chocolate bar. You had to be worn out. Like you couldn't really have coasted again, right?
Do what now?
I said that chocolate bar that you did with Gut Rot, I couldn't hang in for that long. I had to go to bed, but since it was the day after, you couldn't have really got that much of an effect off of 2 grams, right?
Yeah, not really. It's like calling me every day.
Okay, I couldn't really. I'll fix your mic. I'll try. Uh-oh, a fight with a lion, man.
Good luck. This is a Barbary lion. The ones with the black manes. These are the man killers.
Mm,
That's what I told Gus. I said this is a Barbary lion. They're supposedly extinct,
right, right.
but there's pictures of them, online that a bunch of them do have like darker, almost black manes. Like I think they crossbred with other
Right.
lions or something.
my son, he just found a plush toy that he had when he was like 2 and 3, and it has like just nappy black hair, and it's a lion like that. And then my daughter, the youngest, my firstborn and my lastborn here in this case, he has this one, and it has all knotty hair, and it's even like receding and knotty on this, killer lion. And then my daughter has this like really, really sweet one that used to kind of roar because it had a rolling ball in it that went, you know, and it doesn't work anymore. And then he recently found his, and it kind of creeped him out. And like, I didn't say anything, but his mom was like, that was your lion, and he was like, whoa, it was, because to him
Oh
now it
yeah.
looks so strange. It looks strange. He's 21, it looks strange to him now. Nah, but these are killer papers, and I was using the OCB paper that you gave me, Space Monkey, earlier today, which is also a really great paper.
Yeah, I used to smoke those ones.
They're just super long, and then also, see, this is the thing, right? I always like roll cones, basically, right? So Space Monkey, he sent me a tip, and I can do that, but it doesn't pull, straight enough in the end, or it doesn't pull in the cone, right? So it kind of runs. But I can make it into a
Nice.
killer one hitter.
Yeah. Yeah, I tried to get a one
Yeah, man,
hitter
I'm
at the.
starting out on
I tried to buy a one hitter
what
at a
would you
shop
do?
one day, and
Mm-hmm.
they tried to sell me some other kind of pipe. I was like, no, not like that.
Yeah. My
I
wife
was like,
has
that's
like what we used to get in the city as a metal bat. Like the metal bat that used to hang on a keychain. It's like, you want a bat? But she has it, but now it's like really nice and it's carved. And she bought it for like $5. She wants me to get one. I'm like, I have enough one hitters, but yeah, it's nice.
yeah. They showed me this crazy like bubble thing for doing other kinds of drugs. I was like, no.
Right.
Like, I
Other
smoke
kinds of
weed,
drugs
man.
that concentrate. Yeah.
I'm like, not
Yeah,
like
I
that.
could get
No.
like I could get an oil burner just to put on like on one of my batteries, right? But I'm not even going to do that for the rosin because, like I said, this sublingual that I did, that hit like it hit. I left it for 11 minutes. I did it in the last time. That works, and it was an eighth of that gram of live rosin. That shit works, and it works fine for if people paid $20 a gram or whatever, and you can get that out of $5 worth of it. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta make some ice water hash this next year. I'm gonna do a big old batch and come out with
Awesome.
a bunch of hash, hopefully.
That's awesome, man.
Like we'll wait till winter when it gets cold, like in the fall, when it finally drops below freezing outside. That's when we'll do it, so we can get the most off it we
Ice
can.
water, man.
Yeah, we're gonna have like frozen water breaking the ice off of it when we do it.
That's what I'm saying, man. Ice water, man, out there in the winter.
Yep.
Yeah, even our farmer, when she makes brownies and stuff, she does it with moonlight pattern, and I don't know what it is, but that's up to her. So, it definitely works for, whatever we get.
Yeah.
So, I gotta share that Chiefin sessions with Hobo so he can come up. That'll be at 8. That's in about 40 minutes.
At 8 o'clock.
Hmm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I'll send you the link if you want to.
Right on. Holy shit, these ladies are booming.
Let's see. Let's see.
It's easier just to flip the
Back in the
camera around. Let's
outside,
just do that.
man. Don't let it overheat. There you go.
I'll just turn it around backwards instead of doing all that. I'll just flip the phone around. I can't see what it's aiming at, but hopefully you're looking at it.
No, it's all good. You're in the solo. Yeah, you're in the solo.
Hell yeah. The sun's getting farther over.
Right. Windy.
Hey, windy,
Oh,
windy
it's gonna be
plants. Like,
half in the actual winter with the ice. The ice in the winter, it's gonna be like stronger than 100 men. Ha! Yeah, like that.
oh, now this plant's reaching. Let's remeasure this bad girl because now she's reaching for light. Earlier, she was a little pouty. You know?
Uh oh. I thought she was drunk. A little bit too much water, you know. Dr. Space Monkey says his eyes are glazing over, looking at the glaze and the turf falling off of
An inch.
that.
About 45. About 45 inches now on that girl. Hell yeah.
That's so
We're
bomb.
growing.
That's so
We're
bomb. Look at
growing.
that.
We're growing. Hell yeah. Like, let's
Guys,
go.
this is a legal grow. Like some people think, hey, what does two plants look like? And they think they live on your desk. This is a legal grow. This is how you can do it if you do it that way.
All right, this one's still behind, but that's our third plant in that hole. But it is starting to grow. Starting to grow. It'll go.
Right?
It's gonna
Is
be
it going to
behind.
be a hermaphrodite eventually? No, I don't know.
We
It's
hope
going to
not.
mess with you,
It's
man.
we hope not. We don't want to have to put a fourth plant in that hole this year. We might just give up on the hole if that happens. You know, I don't know. Like that'd be sad.
Oh
But
yeah, oh
yeah,
yeah. I get it. I get it.
get these other little babies here are my immatures, and they're not doing very good.
Right,
they're not they're not doing very
right.
good. I mean they're not
Oh
very
my
old.
God. Off grid. This stupid snail. When my wife was over here,
Yeah,
she was like, "What's that?" And it was the bird. It was the. And then the stupid snail comes up, and I said, "Okay, I'll put it in the plant." It went over
hey
there. It ate the
ladies.
last two leaves we had. It ate everything we had, and I was like, "Okay, good night." Okay, next year. Thankfully, I've got good seeds from you.
Yeah. Yeah, mine are just getting cooked in the sun. I need to move them to an area, these little ones, where they don't get as much light. They're just getting murdered over here in the sun. But
Right on,
that's
right on.
that's twizberries. That's twizberries right there.
Right, I'm gonna put
Yeah,
you in solo again here without kicking me out or you out.
yeah, twizberries is starting to bush. They're totally thirsty. Oh yeah, they're gonna get flooded later. That one's starting to pout a little, not too much. Still good. Moon
Off-grid
magic.
trees. That's what it is. It isn't even about turfs. It's about off-grid trees. Thick ass trees.
Yeah, moon magic. Hell yeah. What's up? Yeah, they're
Oh
doing good. That
man,
one's
look
up
at
through the
this.
net. It's up through the net. It's up through the net. Go, little girl, go. That's the first
Right.
one poking through. This top coming through.
So then you spread colas out, right? So that again, like you want all the kind of everything to get to the center of the plant, and you want the growth hormone to fall down to the lowest level it can fall down to in low stress conditioning.
All right. Yeah, we're going to hold her down. You'll see. When they get a little taller, we're going to start holding them down. We got to get it. We want to get it through the net, though. We got to get it through the net. Come on, Gene.
All right, Space Monkey, I'll see you later. Space Monkey says he's got to get back to work. He'll catch up in a few. That's cool, man. That's cool, man.
Oh, yeah. Smells like somebody smoked a bunch of weed in here, man.
I don't know, man. It's probably just lavender walking around by itself. There's so much lavender that there's a community growing.
Right.
No, I'm not going to forget, dude. You said it was long, and that's why I said I'm going to take it seriously, man. Don't worry. I literally haven't gotten drunk since I had all those LSD. the way he found a cure, I found a fucking cure too. I'm not getting drunk anymore because it's too easy not to go back. I didn't have to wait 4 days or 11 days. It's too fucking easy not to go back. So don't worry about it. I'll email you back.
Gotta be good, right? Gotta be good. You guys you're getting to be good. Oh, I got double dogs. They're getting to be good
Yeah.
dogs, right? Gene's getting trained in.
So big.
Yeah, Gus is. He's a monster.
Well, Space Monkey
His head,
kid. See you later, bro.
the older Gus gets, the bigger his head gets. He's getting like a helmet. A helmet on top of his
He's got
head
a head
keeps
bigger than
growing
your
bigger.
head, probably. His head's
His
bigger
head
than
is
your
bigger
head,
than.
probably.
Oh, it's bigger than my head. Yeah, his head's enormous.
Dang, man. I mean, I grew up with
It
like
keeps.
this cat, right? It was Siamese, so it lived like 22 years, and I grew up with it. But its head was like, like the size of my fist. It never, it never made it like that, you know?
Yeah, yeah. He's got a real strong neck too. His neck's real like made for carrying stuff. You know, he always liked having stuff in
Right?
his mouth. It's like that's his thing with his stuffed animals, his stuffies, is that he's always carries them around. They're his friends or whatever. Like he wants to carry something in his mouth all the time.
Yeah, and they have like for that kind of the dog who has that kind of drive, right? They have like that rope barbell type thing that they can just pick up and carry around. It looks like a barbell, but it's made out of rope.
Uh-huh.
And I guess they like
Yeah.
to clean their teeth or at least grind their teeth on something too, right?
Gus, I don't know. He likes to chew on a stick. Gene does the same thing. Just instinct to want to chew on sticks. It's like their toothbrush.
Yeah, yeah. Well, look, man, I really don't have many teeth left, but I've never had a cavity either. Like I literally haven't.
Hmm.
So, and
Well, yeah,
the only
that tooth
reason is
that tooth that you showed that you pulled, it looked like there was nothing wrong with it.
I've never had a cavity in my life, and I've never had a problem with the nerve. I've never. No, it's recession of gums, death of nerves. No, I've never had a cavity. I've had a crack from a dude hitting me from under. I've had, but I've never had a cavity. No, nothing like. I jumped off a balcony and I broke one of these, and it went through here, so I had a hole here. But I mean, normal people don't do shit like that, but I did. But no, I've never had a cavity because I wasn't really ever a sugar person, really.
Yeah, I'm a
And so
sugar
eating the
person.
veggies that I did, yeah, eating like fucking, eating green peppers and, celery and shit like that all the time, it scrubs your teeth like a toothbrush. You know what I mean? And there's no death there. So yeah, the one that I just lost is little. You didn't see that even yet, but I have less teeth.
Yeah, Gus is turning into an old man, and Gene just wants to play all the time. It's hard on him. I can see it's hard on him. He's tired. It's sad.
Right, right.
Gus is starting to get cataracts. You can see his eyes starting to haze over, man. He's getting old timers. Just, yep,
Oh
like
yeah,
this
oh
year.
yeah. I could see that. My great
Yep.
grandmother, who was like 101, I could see her eyes glaze over so much. You know what I mean? I could see that in a lot of the older folks, and they were very,
Yep.
very old, off grade, but yeah, it can happen a lot earlier too.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, he hasn't treated his eyes the best. He's a dog. He did a lot of digging in the dirt and stuff. Got lots of dirt and sand and rocks in his eyes over and over.
Right?
But yeah, they're not made. They're not made to live as long either. They
Yeah.
just don't. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Whoa, shit. Let me get this.
Yeah. Hopefully, I don't see any mountain lions in my neighborhood ever. I hope I never do. That'd unlock a new fear if I did see that. I'd be like, oh no.
right?
I wouldn't even
No,
go
right now
outside in the
you're
dark
talking about
anymore.
this isn't a mountain lion, but this is like sort of the most like beat up, like a cat. Right now you've
It
got
was
like a bad cat.
dude,
Yeah.
this was Scar. We're just gonna call it Scar. Bro, this cat
Scar.
had
Okay, the
like
baddest cat in
on
the
both sides
neighborhood,
of its face.
right?
It was straight down both sides of its face, just all shredded. And he was sitting there all like looking at Woody, and I was like, Woody's like, ah, you know. I was like, what the fuck is that? Came out around the corner, and it was a beastly neighborhood cat. You know,
Scar's coming, man.
they had it. That's funny. The cat came over onto our territory and then go over here and try to give Woody shit. That's funny.
It's definitely a challenge, man. It's definitely a challenge.
I'm sure it was because they smelled Woody. You know. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It's the spring, man. It's the spring. What do these people think? What's like wakened up in your hormone palette?
Huh.
Reproduction. They want to jump on them. They want to jump on them, lay them for the winter, and then they reproduce next spring, right? That's what they
Huh.
want to do. They want to jump on.
Well, my cat's fixed, so he don't want to fight. No, he's a good boy. He doesn't want to go wandering either outside. That's scary. He goes like 3 or 4 feet out the door, and he's like wants to double back into the house. He's like, there's too much going on out there.
So my actual key container is in there with that too. But now, like I said, there's one more in that. Even though I have like 9 in my cassette, but the one little one came out too. Just a little pointed one that was all worn
Yeah,
away.
I don't remember if those are on top or bottom, the pointed ones. But I had 4 teeth that I had pulled one time. There's nothing wrong with them. Perfectly good teeth they pulled out of my head. Like when I was
There's I went to
13.
school and I went to school and even they took us to DC and they talked about George Washington having like wooden teeth and shit, and I was like, oh, you mean like he put the teeth of slaves back in his face? Oh yeah,
Well, he did
that's
that
what happened.
too,
Wooden
right?
teeth
Did
by
that too.
accident. No, he took the teeth of slaves like
They
mine and put
they
them
leaded
back in
them.
his fucking head.
Said they leaded them. They leaded them in there too. He got lead poisoning. Went
What's
mad.
up, Hershey?
Right.
But this is such bullshit. The stuff they say is such bullshit. Happy
Yeah.
Thanksgiving off grid.
Hell yeah.
Happy Christopher Columbus Day. Like
Oh
what
yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah. I think there's,
Yo, Hershey. Oh,
hell yeah. The biggest
it's
distraction
been
this
so
month was,
long.
I think, today was the first day that I'd seen a single pride flag, and this is Pride Month. This year's
Pride
the
Month,
first
yeah.
day that I've even seen a flag at
It's
all
the
was today.
17th. It's the
They've been
17th.
busy. They've been busy with other stuff. The same, maybe people, same
On the
people.
ground. The National Guard. The National Guard. What's up,
Yeah,
Hershey? Aw, come on up. Come on up.
yeah.
Space Monkey had
It's
to go
different
back to
this
work.
year. Things are things are changing this year. I don't know. The world's crazy. The world is crazy.
hmm Hershey, as I said to Off Grid, like, Hobo, he needs my help to send him the Chief and Sessions link, and I'll do that because he's coming up at 8, which means, within less than 30 minutes, Hershey. So Chiefin's coming up. I'm going to share the link with Hobo. If you want me to share it with you, I'll do that because I'm going to do that by email. And it's nice to see you, though.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna make some
You
cookies
finished
tonight,
up
Joe.
computer too?
Make some homemade cookies tonight. Because I don't have any snacks
Off Grid,
really.
you
I
gonna
have
do it
ice
live,
cream.
bro? Do it live, man.
I know,
Do it live. You know why I
do it
don't eat
live.
commercial ice cream? I don't eat glycol, so I make my own. And I
Yeah.
can't get it to stiffen up, so I just call it ice milk. But I
Well,
have
you
to
just
make it
need
that way. I will not eat glycol.
salt and ice and water, right? And then the ingredients, whatever it is. I remember making it before. Made it with a hand crank one, and we took turns and we had to
Yeah.
crank it for like a half an hour. You know?
My grandparents, they actually tried to be dairy farmers, right? And then they figured out, whoa, you know, we work 21 hours a day to make all this. So they had the best ice cream makers and all this. I'm just saying, I don't buy it off the shelf because glycol is literally, that is what, it's what antifreeze is. So I don't buy it
Yeah.
off the shelf. I make my own. It never stiffens up as much as that, and I don't care. I don't have a blast freezer. If I did, I could probably stiffen it up, right? I don't care.
Oh,
I'd rather eat what I put in, like sugar, milk, vanilla extract.
yeah.
You just know what the heck it
Well,
is.
well, yeah.
No, it was
I
too
mean,
hard,
yeah.
man. My grandparents were like, being a
So kind of
dairy farmer, nah.
garbage is in
They
this.
said, nah. Total
I
hardware.
got
Total.
so here's I got a few weird things in here, but not too bad. It's milk, cream, sugar, non-fat milk, corn syrup, whey, 2% or less of natural flavor, vanilla bean specks, mono and diglycerides, guar, guar gum, locust bean gum, polysorbate 80, and carrageenan. I think polysorbate 80 is in
No.
Twinkies.
No carrageenum gum over here, man. We don't do it.
Carrageenan and
That's our
polysorbate
basic
80.
food. Yeah, nah, we don't do it over here. The glycol got us first, and the whatever corn syrup justification.
Yeah. He's like, oh no. You probably don't even want to
So
know
I
the
put
list of the
milk and
McDonald's
salt.
ice cream.
I put milk, salt, and sugar and whatever in a bag, and usually I even use like what is that shit? The almond milk. But I'll tell you what, don't believe that that's non-dairy because it makes me just as allergic as I am to dairy. I'll be honest with you. There's something
Oh
with
yeah.
that. So don't
I
believe
get
that like fucking soy milk is non-dairy because it makes me the same sick.
I drink
Anyway,
some kinds of milk set me off more than others. Like I drank this one the other day and I was almost in trouble. I thought I was gonna vomit. It was a it was
yep,
this chocolate whole milk, like they sell it at a lot of gas stations.
yeah, yeah, like a
And
true move.
it was in a quart. Yeah, it was a True Moo, I think even it was a quart, and I like pounded half of it and walked like 100 yards and I bloated up. I was like, oh, I thought I was gonna hurl. I was like, I don't feel good. I was about to start sweating. My mouth
When
was watering. I'm like, oh no.
when it's the summer and or whatever and I'm working because you can get fooled when you're working and think you're real thirsty. I think of myself exactly like that Alfred Hitchcock like cutout. And I'm like, this belly is gonna be directly hitting the sun like in that Alfred Hitchcock thing. And I'm like, if there's milk or Mountain Dew or whatever in there, you're gonna be debilitatingly sick in 40 minutes. So please, this is your solar panel. You must not drink those things now.
It was
No.
at one time it was like 100-degree day,
No.
and I'd been drinking a ton of water already that morning at the construction site. We were up on the roof. It was hot as
That's
hell.
what I do. That's the only
And
thing. Yeah.
and I drank a half a gallon. I pounded a half a gallon of apple juice. Oh, like an hour later, I was in deep trouble. Good thing there was a
Yep,
porta
yep.
potty.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Yeah, you do. Yeah, the Buddy Budweiser. Yeah, yeah. You don't want that shit. You don't want that. All right, I'm gonna send you the link, Hershey, and I'm gonna send it to Hobo. I gotta go, but I'm gonna send Chief and Sessions channel. Do you want me to send it to you off grid, all separately, so nobody's crossing names and things?
Oh,
He's
you're gonna
coming up
join
in
over
like
at?
20.
Oh, he's gonna join here at your channel on
No,
this
he's
live.
gonna go live in like 20. I was just gonna share the link, because I'm gonna go there.
Oh yeah, I know where it is. Yeah.
Okay, cool, 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 cool. All right, Hershey, I'll send it to your email because Hobo asked because he needs the help of his, woman, and so she does the
Yes,
tech
sir.
stuff. So,
Anybody in the chat that
Yeah.
can
So
drop the
you
link?
already got it. Right. Oh, he's here. He said, "Hey, yo, yeah, he can drop the link right now." I didn't know he
Oh,
was still here, bro. Yeah, you're going
there you
live
go.
in like 20, right? So, yeah, I was trying to share. Everybody, catch it right now. I don't have to email anybody, right? Cool. How's it tasting, Off Grid? Off Grid's gonna make cookies, probably even live, right? And
No, I don't think we're gonna.
he said,
I gotta work on the. I gotta get out in the garden as soon as it cools off. We get some more shade out there. Got some more defoliating the undercarriage, and we got to get the plants all need watered. We're just waiting for the sun to get down a little more, the temps to drop.
so do me a favor, Hershey, share Off Grid's channel in here. Chiefin just got up, but that way he can see the progress because we already walked out there. He's eating now, you know what I mean? But those plants are getting healthy and getting beautiful. So
Right.
just share his link because he's been doing the updates and they make all sense, right? There you go. Chiefin Sessions is up, and if you can, please share Off Grids in. Thank you. Yeah, man. Yeah, so Chiefin, if you're gonna go up live, that's what I'm saying in a couple, in 20 minutes. Trying to, I gotta send it to Hobo, so I need that last 10 minutes, right? Just to be respectful. He needs that. He's not in. Cheers, everybody. Thank you.
Oh yeah. It was vanilla
All
bean
right,
ice
man.
cream. It's not that great. It's low quality.
Huh. Off Grid, man. I know I can make you pepper mash and send it to you in the mail, and that's one of the things I love to make. But I don't think I can make you ice cream and send it into the mail. But maybe I can. I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna see, like, if I put it in like styrofoam with like, like with like fucking dry ice, maybe I can send you my
Cookies
ice cream
are because they ask you if you're sending something perishable, right? Are cookies
or
perishable?
hazardous. No,
Yeah.
dry shit isn't.
No.
That's why I told you. The ones you have the ball jars with the handles, right? Like the little cowboy ones with the handles. If you make off-grid cookie mix and you put like crushed up pecans and craisins and all kinds of wild brown sugar and shit, and it's all dry, and then you just say at the end, like you always do, now it's time to beat the shit out of it with a fork, and then you tell them to put in the wet ingredients, you're legal. So that's a good Christmas present, brother. It's a good Christmas present. So
Yeah,
Hershey,
we're in
I
for.
heard that you're hooked up with Chiefin. Chiefin, I hope you go up. I'm gonna send it to Hobo because I know I need to. So I hope we all meet up there if it's okay.
Or it's about 15 minutes. About 15 minutes. We got a little bull pack here. Gotta find my hash is what I want to put on there. Where's the hash at?
Put your hats on there, yeah. So here we go. We got my Keith in the teeth. Got my Keith in the teeth.
There's not much left in here, but that's my scissor hash from last year. Still a little in there.
Got my Keith in the teeth. I got it all together, man. So yeah, what kind? How did you prepare that hash? Scissor hash?
Yeah, this is just the scraping the scissors.
Awesome, bro.
Every one of these little balls was from scraping the scissors during trim season. One at a time, one little ball at a time. Just keep saving them.
Yep. So, like I told you off grid, I have a typical pipe, tool. So in old terms or whatever, you got the tamper, you got the poker, and then you got the bowl scraper. But like you said, is that your keef spoon? Yes, it is. So here's my keef canister, right? And then here's my gravity bong, which I like to call a vacuum pipe because everything here is subject to the same gravity, and the action here is called a vacuum pipe. I'm gonna put this canister back away of old Keith. Keith with my teeth again, and let's have a choke
Cheers.
again. Cheers. I don't want to drop. Let's see. There we go. There we go. And cheers to Tugboat, man. I know Tugboat is a big Gravity Bong guy, so cheers to Tugboat. Always a chill guy.
Oh yeah. All right, Joe. Well, I guess I gotta get off here. Well, you have yourself a good night. We'll see you in a few minutes there.
Right on, right on. Puff, puff, give. That's right. Thank you, Hershey. Thank you, everybody. Yes, thank you, Off Grid.
Yep.
That's where we'll be,
Yep.
man. I'll be there in a minute. Thank you for coming up. 2 days in a row, man. Cheers. Cheers, Off Grid, man. We'll see you at Chief and Sessions. I'm gonna send it to Hobo because he needs a little bit of help with tech stuff. I'm gonna send it to Hobo. We'll all be in there. Cheers to you, brother.